welcome to another edition of the D&D show. Still don't officially know what that stands for. We're adamant it doesn't stand for Dungeons and Dragons because that would just be too obvious and we might get sued. But we're working on it. We're working on it. So if you've got any suggestions on what D&D show could stand for, then do send them in on our Twitter handle. Advertising straight off the back. Yeah, look at that. What is it? At Show D&D. Yeah, any name suggestions for what D&D could stand for other than
Dungeons and Drag Queens?
Dungeons and Drag Queens. That's a good one.
And we could all just dress up in drag. It'd be great.
I'm in.
Yeah, man.
I've already got the hills.
Yeah, I've got some connections there. Absolutely. My godfather, my godfather is like works in the PR department, or like in promotions and stuff at the Vauxhall Tavern in London, and he's massive in the LGBTQT kind of scene and everything. And yeah, he's one of my best friends. Is my godfather as well, so I'm sure he could help us with that. I'm sure he could certainly put us in touch with some people that could help with that. Excellent. Yeah, so. So hello again, everybody. Thanks for joining us. My name's Luke, or Lukey Baby. I am your dungeon master, your GM, your best friend. We are an actual play, in case you didn't know, an actual play role RPG podcast / Twitch streaming extravaganza. We are currently, despite what I was just saying about our name, we are currently, of course, playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, working our way through the starter set, Lost Minds of Phandelver. Tonight, I'm joined by the usual crowd. We have ladies first, Lisa playing Millicent, the half-elven bard. How are we doing, Lisa?
Hey, I'm doing all right. I have rum. I am happy.
Excellente. I'm back on the Aldi's own brand Copperberg rip-offs, pear, cucumber and mint. It's lovely.
Lovely.
Gavin, our resident dwarven swashbuckling rogue Burr. How are you?
No, it's me. I'm good. I'm on this stuff called Devassa tonight. My father-in-law delivers beer and managed to grab a crate of this for me that was going in the bin, and it's perfectly fine stuff.
Nice.
Sponsored by.
That was awesome. I don't know why that was just like liquid telly.
And you heard the beautiful, smooth, low tones there of James, our morally dubious human paladin Justicapes. How are you, sir?
He does actually have morals. They're just a little bit ajar from everyone else's. He's principled.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Cool.
And then last but by no means least, of course, he's our superstar, our regular player of the week award winner. What's your name? Sean. There we go. I
didn't know there was awards. What fucking awards are these?
MVP. I thought he was always marking him as MVP, most valued player.
If you look,
that's usually his missus saying that, though.
He is, of course, the one and only Sean Lee. He plays Pock, our gnome druid. How you doing, mate?
All good. I just had my photo done for Employee of the Month.
I'm going to put that up on the wall right behind me. Here we've got.
I'm not jealous at all. Not bitter.
You're going down.
No,
Pock gets murdered by.
So straight away, we've got a suggestion from Psych Unsent saying dashing and disarmed. Troy Tempest, Drinking Dragons. They used to be one of my favourite podcasts. They're now called Greetings Adventurers, but they used to be called Drunks and Dragons, and they're absolutely fantastic. Check them out. D&D Forward says Dice and Decks. Lecky Macon says Ducks and Dicks. That's a good one, actually.
That is it. I mean, that's it, right?
That's the one. So yeah, we've got the usual crowd in the Twitch stream chat already. So hello everybody, and Dasbray, of course. Lisa's boyfriend Peter.
Yeah.
I'm learning. How we doing, Peter? Hope you're okay. Albeit RPG as well. Nice to see you. To see you, nice.
Oh, Brucey, take it away.
Oh dear. So, how is everybody? We've not, again, as usual, we spent the past sort of hour trying to get everything set up. So sorry we're late. But we haven't.
We always start with an apology, don't we?
I know. One day we'll be professionals at this. Once we've got a bit more of a following, we can start a Patreon, and people can start giving us a bit of money. We can invest in some better equipment. And
well, I like it. You've got dreams, man. It's good.
Oh, yeah, we're going to take over the world, man. Why not? Yeah, why not?
One laggy stream at a time.
Cool. I don't know if we've got anything to talk about in the real world this week. My son turned.
Oh,
11
can we not?
Yeah,
Let's do that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, the videos you put were very cute.
Yeah,
That was funny.
We tricked him.
Evil parent.
Yeah.
So he wanted a Switch for his birthday. We told him he couldn't have one because they were too expensive, and then got my whole family to chip in, and we bought one for him. And my dad sent him a Pokemon sword. And he opened that first, and we were like, "Oh no, why has he sent that for you? He must be getting old and senile." It must just be. He must have thought it was the DS game. Oh, I'm really sorry, boy. And he got really upset, and he was
ragging you.
and he was
That was
like,
so bad.
I can't remember what he said, but he basically started slagging off Grandad. And then we pulled the Switch out from the cupboard and changed his mind. Yeah, but it was lovely. So I today have eaten. We had barbecue for dinner when I finished work, and I've eaten way too much meat, and I'm really tired this evening.
Meat hangover.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. Other than that, the real world is. I mean, what's been going on? We've still got.
Oh, the real world's dark and terrible and full of torment.
Horrible.
Don't
It
worry
really
about
is.
that.
Yeah, everything's shit at the moment.
It really
It's
is.
gone a bit weird, isn't it?
I like to say everyone's gone crazy, but as far as I've known throughout my life, it's just been an exponential growth of craziness. So
Yeah. Like I said the other day in our chat, I kind of miss the days before Facebook when I could be blissfully unaware that there were twats about.
Yeah. Before you realise that
my Facebook feed's just been
moved as like a horrible racist, you're like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
a beautiful time when you actually had to ask someone first if you wanted to tell them your opinion.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Now you just tell your opinion at the wall.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
But what about personally?
Right.
Has anybody had anything interesting happen this week?
We might be going back into work soon, which is an interesting conversation that's happening. No students, but yeah, it's going to be weird. So basically, they're saying that we're going to do voluntary lessons where we offer to teach groups of students that might come into college, which is basically college anyway.
That is pretty much
a lesson.
Sounds about right. Yeah, I never went to college. I don't know how.
I think I'll just use it as an opportunity to take James in and teach him like Ableton Logic. There you go.
I'm having that.
I'll just do free.
How
free
big is
tuition.
the studio? Can we all squeeze in
It's
for
pretty fucking big,
a
actually.
game?
Yeah. It's I've got a whole auditorium that we could use if you really
Amazing.
want a social distance D&D game.
I'm not at work at the moment, so
We'll see. I mean, obviously, like it's different for me because I'm shielding because of my niece and stuff. But it's nice to hear some of that stuff happening, even if it is only in the distant future. It feels like movement at least.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Haken's new album's out tomorrow. That's good, and that's happening in the real world.
Who's new album?
Haken's new album.
Haken. I don't know.
Yeah, like Haken. Haken.
I see you
Sure,
posted
you said
that.
Akon.
Yeah.
No, not Akon.
Did every damn as an icon.
Amazing.
D&D.
Is that it? Yeah, it's posting D&D.
Yeah, let's
All right,
Let's
cool.
kill some things.
All right.
unless you want to talk about my trip to B&Q today, let's D&D. That's pretty much it.
The longer I can put it off for, the better.
All week he's been trying to tell this story.
Carry on. No, carry on, please.
All right, let's do some dice rolls then. Highest roll gets to do the catch up on last week.
I'm going to go analog. I'm rolling my dice.
Analog.
10.
Oh, got a 16.
Ooh.
$19. Which is unfortunate because he's not here. he's dropped out just as he rolled the highest number. I'm willing to wait.
Next lowest, next highest. Then I think.
We can wait.
Yeah, good. By the time.
Yeah, well, he's dropped out again. Oh dear. Oh dear.
He'll come back.
He'll come back. Looks like we've got time to hear about your B&Q story after all, Gavin.
How about now? Am I back?
You're back. He's back.
Hey.
Hey, that's all right. He saved you from the B&Q story. I bought paint. That's pretty much it.
All right.
Quick, James, go.
All right, James. It looks like you won this week. So fill everybody in. What happened? Where are we in this wonderful story that we're crafting together?
Right, we do have a bit of a problem because I kept on disconnecting last week. So,
That's true.
like, it's basically like I've got amnesia, but I remember bits. No, it's more like shell shock. So maybe someone should take over.
There was a real heavy roleplay session last week. I'm not even sure. I don't think we had any fighting or any combat at all.
We spoke to Harbin Wester, and we kind of figured out that he didn't really know the depth of what the redbrand were doing. Is that right?
I think
he came across as kind of scared, but not necessarily doing anything illegal.
I think it was more a case of that he kind of did know what was going on, but he wasn't in a position to do anything about it.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
I don't think he was bribed. It was more threatened. Like he couldn't do anything about it, and he didn't want to go the same way as the woodcarver, basically. So he was more paranoid of, he didn't want to set you guys on him, despite Sildar suggesting it. He didn't, because he didn't want to put his neck on the line if it went wrong, that he would be the fall guy, So it's why he tried to, badly tried to just give you a job to get you out of town. A couple of weeks back, one of their sessions with those orcs up at Wyvern Tor. Yeah. It's just a bit of a weasel, just a spineless weasel, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew he was when we met him.
We stole the goblin's shoes.
Oh yeah, and we got 2 pairs of shoes,
We
didn't
got
we?
2 pairs of shoes, Harbin's shoes and the goblin's shoes. Yeah.
The Doddy or something, wasn't it?
Is the goblin still attached to my back?
Oh, I mean,
True, yeah. I don't know if you want to still carry him.
Well, I thought it could be kind of like that. Would be like my part of my class. Like I've got a goblin attached to my back.
Like
you're familiar
from Mad Max 3.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he'll be happy for you to carry him around in a baby Bjorn if that's what you want to do. But like, there's no.
If he fights for us, he's good. I can do like a spin and.
Oh yeah, today he's got no shoes, so he just can't. He'd rather be carrying him walking around and hurting his feet.
So you have now become Droops Escapes.
Droops Escapes. Yeah, exactly.
What's he done? He's telling us. He said he's going to show us the way.
Yeah, he said he knows the way to Cragmaw Castle.
Not quite.
Or he knows the way to the forest, and he said basically. Have a look around the forest.
He knows fuck all, basically. He wants to find out. He wants to find one of his mates so he can go. Oh, we'll follow him. He's just betting. He's edging his bet because he thinks the sun comes out my ass.
I've promised him 5 gold, so he doesn't.
And he wants his shoes back.
He wants his shoes back.
Yeah, well,
and
he really likes Justice.
Yeah.
Well, he sees it as Justice is the big scary one that is kind of, in his words, saved him.
And I was standing next to a dire wolf at the time, I think.
That's true.
No, because Pock had gone down in the fight. So he saw Pock get killed, and he saw you kind of save everyone. No, it was you that stood over Millicent and saved her, and you're, this big strapping lad in armour and stuff. So
nice, the bear.
Yeah,
I think the main player was it Rudolph, Radolf, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Radolf or Radolf, how you want to pronounce it? Reidoth. Re or Radolf.
Yeah, he I can't remember exactly who he is, but he is currently in Thundertree and can point us the way to the castle.
He was a druid, wasn't he?
That's right.
Yes, yeah. Oh, I should remember that. Yeah.
He is a druid.
He's like a travelling druid type. That the woman in the farm pointed us towards him, didn't she?
That's right.
Yeah.
Your mate Quellin Alderleaf, so she said, look, if you're looking for anything, she basically said, when you said about you talking about this castle, she said if you're looking for something and you don't know where it is, my mate Redolf, wink wink, my mate, he knows the lands like the back of his hand. He's a druid, and he'll be able to help you. You've just missed him by like 2 days. He was here, but he's gone off to to Thundertree.
And
we don't know why he's gone to Thundertree, because it's a dead town. You know, it's all but destroyed. It's abandoned. But
druids, you always find druids hanging around really strange places.
It's
like
what we
cave
do.
entrances.
So you had the kind of choice between going to Thundertree, which you know where that is, but you don't know what's there, or perhaps going and trying to find some wandering goblin kind of patrol, and potentially, I don't know, you could like stalking them, tracking them, or even like ambushing them and interrogating them. That's kind of your two choices at the moment. The only two leads that you've got.
Did we decide on Thundertree in the end?
I mean, I think it was a decision you made last week, but it was very
direct.
So I mean,
we hadn't actually left town yet. We sort of said we're going to get a night's sleep, and then
the idea was that we would follow that path, but keep hold of the goblin, because the two leads we have are Redoth or the goblin. So we keep hold of both leads, follow both of them basically. So morning was go to Lion Shield. What's it called? Lion Shield
Costa.
Costa.
As the adventure shop in town to see if you can get some potions.
Health potions. Yeah, I did want to ask you, Luke. Actually, sorry, one quick one. You know, when we killed the Nothing and we got the there was a sword, and I don't know if it was when we killed the Nothing or when we found Glassstaff's lair, but we found a scroll, but we never actually looked at what was on the scroll. Do we need to check that out? Would that be wise?
Yeah, I mean, you've got basically a little bit of downtime. So basically, where we left off was you guys going to the inn and having a drink and stuff. So if there's anything like that you want to do, then we'll run through that. I'd
like
rather than just role playing the whole evening. So you've got that time of that evening and stuff to look at stuff. So that's.
I want to know what James's sword does.
Yeah, well, I was about to say I want to go through some forms with my sword before bed.
So you've got your sword that you wanted to try to attune to as well. The sword's an easy one. Okay, it's the best that you can work out. It's a +1 longsword.
So what does that mean? I'll get a +1 on it.
So you get a +1 to hit, to attack, and a +1 to damage.
Oh right, so okay.
Yeah. So when you roll your d20 to hit something, you roll your d20 plus your +1 plus whatever the rest of your things are.
Yeah.
Let me run through the stuff that you got from the redbrand hideout. The scrolls were in Glassstaff's chambers. So treasure. Right. Are you maybe I didn't do that correctly. Because was it not in there? Where was it?
Was it from the Nothing?
Was it the Nothing? Yeah. So I'm just going back to now, just looking through.
If not, it was in Glassstaff's table, the little alchemy lab before his room.
Yeah, hold on.
There was potions of invisibility and things like that.
There you go. Yeah, so there was a scroll in the Nothing's treasure. There was, yeah.
Okay. So
there's loads of coins and stuff. 2 potions of healing, which you've already used, and a scroll. You would. I'm not sure if you would be able to recognise the scroll or not, because none of you are wizards. I'm not quite sure how scrolls work. Whether anybody can just read it and go, whether does it say in, this is a scroll of, or whether or not you need to be a wizard to read it or not.
Are they certain languages, or is it more of a class thing?
We'll find out. Map or scroll, spell scroll. What does it say? A spell scroll bears the words of a single spell written in a mystic cipher. If the spell is on your class's spell list, you can read the scroll and cast its spell without providing any material components. Otherwise, the scroll is unintelligible. Casting the spell by reading the scroll requires the spell's blah 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 blah. So yeah, I would have to check the spell list to see whether or not you would know it. Let me. So what with spellcasters have we got? A
druid, a bard, paladin. Rogues have got some spells, haven't they?
I got my cards ready.
Okay. Rules of magic. Spells. Spell lists. Right. Bard spells. I don't think it's a bard spell at all, because I don't imagine it's a particularly high level spell. So it's not on there at all. Nope. Druid spells. Nope. Not that I can see. And I'm fairly certain it's not going to be a paladin spell.
Yeah.
No. So you don't know. It's you can tell that it's written in, like, I kind of imagine like the magical cipher being like doctor's handwriting. You know, it's just this unintelligible scrawl, and there's lots of like weird algebraic symbols and stuff on there. But you don't know. You don't know what any of it means. You would need to get it taken to some kind of wizard or something to work out.
Was Mrs. Locke still a teacher when you were at Warren?
Name.
That rings a bell. Locke.
Locke, yeah.
RE.
Yeah, RE. And she pretty much just wrote reports in O.
Yes.
Like, you could not read her fucking writing. It was ridiculous.
God, I remember Miss Locke.
Yeah.
Short red hair.
Yeah, glasses.
That rings a bell.
Yeah.
My RE teacher we didn't have an RE teacher for like the entire time was there in my class, because we were supposed to have had a Miss or Mrs. Bernardo or something like that.
Always spoken third person.
Yeah, and she was only there for like a week, and then she was just off ill. She was just off sick for 3 or 4 years and never came back. And we had substitute after substitute, and we just prattled around.
Oh well.
Sorry.
Miss Locke wrote that scroll then. There we go.
Miss Locke's scroll. So you don't know what it is. You can, I mean, potentially, like, if you'd be able to sell it perhaps, but none of you know it's a wizard's scroll, unfortunately.
Cool.
So it would be worth some coin.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, it would be worth.
Anyone dies, come back as a wizard.
Yeah.
Job done.
Okay. So yeah, basically that's largely it. Last week was just a roleplay one. So you'd cleared out the redbrand's hideout completely. There was a massive ambush set for you as Garstaff escaped. A couple of you went down. This was all the week before. Then you found Droop. He fainted. He was scared. He swore kind of like a life debt to you. You wandered around in there just to make sure it was empty, and it definitely was. You went back to town, spoke to some people, and that's it. We've covered that, and that's largely it. Yeah. So you were told about going to see if you wanted some horses. Someone mentioned horses. You could possibly rent some from a farmer called Darren Edermath, and potentially you could get yourself a couple of potions from the Lion Shield Costers, as they sell general adventuring gear.
We was also told to speak to Sister someone, but she's not around at the minute.
Sister Garielle. Yeah.
That's it. I can't remember who she is or who told us it.
Yeah, Sister Garielle is the cleric in the town from the Shrine of Luck. And yeah, no one's seen her in a little while.
Cool.
Side quest shit.
Potentially.
Yeah. You gave me some inspiration before we finished last week. How long does that last?
Until you use it.
Okay, awesome.
Mm-hmm. So before we get into the action, we have all leveled up as well. So do you want to talk about level 3? What you've all got? Anything new cool abilities? I mean, I think Pock, as a druid, you don't get much at 3rd because you get your core subclass at 2nd.
Yeah, all my cool animal stuff I've already got. Some good new spells though.
Yeah.
I've equipped myself with Pass Without a Trace.
Cool.
And Misty Step, which should be fun.
Which one, sorry?
Misty Step.
Oh yeah, cool. Like the short range poofiness out of smoke teleport.
Poofiness.
Yeah. Poofiness, cool. But for the rest of you, you got to pick your subclasses. I mean, I did already introduce you as we discussed probably about a month back now. We started.
Yeah, a while back. Yeah.
Did you go? I'm assuming you went for the swashbuckler.
I went for the swashbuckler. Yes, I did.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so yeah, got some good little bits on that. Yeah.
So the great thing about the swashbuckler, they're more of a fight build than the kind of thief or assassin type rogue. So the great thing with them is you no longer need to use your bonus action, your cunning action, to disengage. So if you can step into combat and make an attack, and then you get to
slip away without reprisal, apparently.
Yeah, basically slip away without incurring that opportunity attack. So that whole class is built around that 2-weapon fighting we've discussed before. So it frees up your bonus action because you don't need that cunning action anymore, which means you can slip in, make 2 attacks, and then slip out again. The other great thing about it is you also don't... Normal rogues have to either have advantage on the attack roll or have an ally basically within 5 feet of the enemy that you're attacking to get that sneak attack damage. But with the swashbucklers, you don't. You get that sneak attack even if you're the only person. So if you're fighting someone one-on-one, you still get the sneak attack bonus, which is great. So basically, you're now getting that sneak attack every attack.
Nice.
Yeah, so you turn into a real damage dealer. Other than that, I don't think there's much special about the swashbuckler at 30.
Just the rakish audacity, which is you can add your charisma modifier to your initiative rolls.
Oh yeah. Make sure you've got that penciled on your sheet because you'll get a nice boost to your initiative for that. Who wants to go next?
Me,
Go on then.
Oh, go on.
Go on, Escape. So you get to pick your oath as a paladin. So what oath have you gone for?
Well, I swore an oath to Erdlin, who's the god of greed and stuff. God of greed and stuff, yeah. I can't remember what the actual name of the class is, but it's basically the defense one.
Right. I thought you was looking at going of vengeance, wasn't it? Was it on that one?
Yeah, I think it could be. I'm not really sure. I know that I can tell you what I got from it, though, because I've got my channel divinity, which is basically the action that comes with it. So, which is my oath allows me to fuel magical effects with it. Got a couple of cool moves with it. I've got one which is basically a kind of slow. It's a kind of a slow down for enemies. So if someone's running, and is castable with 60 foot. And the other thing I got, which was nice, which was a vow of enmity, which is as a bonus action, you can use your channel divinity to choose a creature within 10 foot and gain advantage on attack rolls for 1 minute.
Oh, nice.
So
10 rounds.
Yeah, exactly. And that coupled with the Hunter's Mark, which is one of the new spells I've got.
Yay, nice.
Which is a really nice one that when an enemy dies, you can transfer the spell onto the next enemy. So it's like
nice.
Yeah.
There's a good it's a ranger trait which is similar, which they can it's a cantrip I think they get where they can Hunter's Mark I think it's called, and they do the same thing. You can mark somebody and that gives you just advantage and stuff, and then when they die you
That's
move
exactly it.
Yeah, it's a good trick.
Yeah, it gives you advantage on all throws against them. Yeah.
That's good.
James, between me and you, I think some of my spells work really nicely with yours.
Yeah.
Like I've got a few that hold people. And
nice.
that fairy fire that gives advantage. Entangle.
Gives advantage to you.
Those two with a couple of yours. I think we might be all right.
Cool.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, we got a Millicent then.
Yeah.
And then,
So which bardish archetype did you go? A college, isn't it? Which college did you go for?
I don't know. Sorry, I lost my voice there. I don't know that I picked one, honestly. Let me have a look.
Macedon.
I don't know. I don't remember doing it, but.
Millicent. Did you go for? I can't remember what they all are. I've not played a bard, but there's like.
So what? At level 3, I get to choose an archetype. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's called a college. So you pick which college of bargery you belong to.
Oh, maybe I did. Hold on. Maybe I did. Let me look at my character. One moment, please.
Sorry, no. The Hunter's Mark adds a D6 of damage. That's what it does.
Oh, right, so have you got that as well as this other thing?
Yeah, so I can gain advantage on attacks and also add a D6 to all hitting attacks, which that can be moved around as well.
Cool.
Yeah. So Bard colleges. I'm sure you get Bard colleges.
Oh, college. Sorry, I did. Yeah, College of Love.
Of Law.
No, College of Law.
Law. Okay.
I was going to say that it sounds like the shittest advantage in this game.
I don't know what it means at all, but College of Law. I think that might be something to do with the investigating.
So that's where you get you. So
background.
yeah, it says here, I've got it in front of me. So bards of the College of Law know something about most things, collecting bits of knowledge from sources as diverse as scholarly tomes and peasant tales. Whether singing folk ballads or in taverns or elaborate compositions in royal courts, these bards use their gifts to hold audiences spellbound. When the applause dies down, the audience members might find themselves questioning everything they held to be true, from their faith in the priesthood of the local temple to their loyalty to the king. So you're a politician.
Yeah, so I chose that because I get to bump 3 stats and I got cutting words as well.
That's right, yeah. So you've
It's
got
fucking awesome.
proficiency in an extra 3 skills and cutting words.
What's the cutting words?
Cutting words is as a reaction when a creature that's not immune to being charmed, that I can see within 60 feet, makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, I can expend 1 bardic inspiration to reduce that creature's roll.
Ooh.
So I can say, right, roll a d6 and take that off your roll. So say something hit you, James, and as a reaction before it got over your AC, I can drop it by 6. Because you've got the high 6, that might be quite a good thing to do in that.
Yeah.
In that thing. But also, as an RP point, it's basically me saying something so nasty to them that they whiff their shot. Which is sounds really funny to me.
It's
like vicious mockery.
In terms of gameplay, that's hilarious.
Yeah. It's like vicious mockery, but in the moment, in the actual action. So it sounds fun. Sorry, I'd forgotten. We leveled up so long ago. In my defense,
it literally was about a month ago that we thought. Oh, I said to you guys, right, you're going to be leveling up next session, and then it just that one session turned into like a 3-week combat.
Yeah,
we're very thorough.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So was there anything else you wanted to know that you guys, any kind of background information you guys may have been discussing in character sort of throughout the evening that you kind of want to montage through?
Yeah, I found out. I was talking to Pock, sitting having a drink and a thing, and I found out that he actually used to work in Neverwinter at an orphanage.
I did. Right. I left Thundertree after the collapse and the volcano going off, and I went and taught an orphanage for 30 years in Neverwinter. And it turns out, I know, it turns out Scapes was one of my students many moons ago. I've no idea how old Pock is. Not really.
But I think I was below. I was kind of like about 4 to 7, so it's kind of foggy in my memory. But
me too.
I do remember him. And we have a little talk about people who used to be there, and talk about lame Trappist with his dodgy leg, and love of pancakes or whatever. I don't know.
Do you remember Miss Locke?
Yeah. I remember Miss Locke. Remember her reports? Oh,
they were just circles.
They were just circles.
The good old times.
So now I trust him more. I trust him now.
Excellent.
I trust him now.
Yeah.
I don't get to pay taxes.
Brilliant.
I forgot about that.
There you go. You get off.
I think from what I remember, Luke gave us the opportunity to talk about it on the way to Phandalin once we all got in the horse and cart, and we just completely ignored
it.
Yeah.
Just like
they spent the whole journey looking at each other out the corner of their eyes going, I swear I know you.
I know that geezer.
Also, actually, on that note, now I remember my backstory and what happened in Thundertree. The reason I left Thundertree was because there was a plague of zombies. It's probably worth mentioning, because I don't know how long zombies hang around for.
Well, yeah.
Oh. 30, how long ago was it you were there? 30 years?
I went to teach in Neverwinter for 30 years. I mean, I don't know if this works out, because this is just what I've made up. So this could be wrong in terms of the law of D&D.
Against undeads, I'm pretty shit hot. So
that you are.
Okay.
It might be worth asking before we leave if anyone has heard of anything coming from Thundertree.
What do you know about Thundertree? I'll give you some background information.
This is providing I'm correct.
Yeah,
that was a good thing to tell us.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thundertree. There's zombies there.
I just read it on my character sheet and I went, oh, Probably best mention that.
You're going to get there and you're going to be like, oh, shit, I didn't mention it.
Oh, yes, zombies.
Yeah, so basically it comes back to the overall adventure kind of background story. So one of the things that's mentioned in the intro, I think, I can't bother to look it up. So basically, about 30 years ago, this area of the world went to shit when Mount Hope, which is just north of or inside, but just north inside the Neverwinter Forest. It's been dormant for centuries, maybe longer. It just randomly erupted. No one saw it come. No one knew it was going to happen. The tremors that it sent out through the area basically all but destroyed Neverwinter. Opened up a massive cavern inside Neverwinter to the abyss and the Underdark underneath. Destroyed half of the town, killed the royal family, and fucked shit up. And so Neverwinter, which used to be known as the Jewel of the North, is now only just recovering as Lord Neverember, who is currently the open Lord of Waterdeep from the south, has come up. He has basically traced his lineages back to an ancient king of Neverwinter, which is why his name is Neverember, because it's a branch off of the family line, and he's now running a relief mission up there to kind of build it back up. But also at the same time, Thundertree, which was a small village really just on the outskirts of the Neverwinter Forest, was completely destroyed. Massive ash cloud just overran it and choked out the town from the eruption, and a lot of people left. But then following that, what the ash cloud also brought with it was a plague of undead, of zombies, basically strange zombies. So anybody that wasn't kind of killed were all kind of ran off to Neverwinter, and then from there most people from Neverwinter all went south basically, and pilgrimaged off because it wasn't safe up there. The people that remained, who were true, kind of loyal to the town and the city rather, stuck behind. Like your characters basically, we decided were all kind of true, kind of stuck around in Neverwinter to help the relief mission over the past 30 years. Bird worked for the mercenaries that were kind of there. Millicent grew up there on the whatever doing and escapes as well, and then Pock was running the orphanage and stuff like that. And it's only now that Neverember's come back and he's brought with him an official force. You guys have all been kind of left out of a job. There's no need for you anymore, which is why you started this adventure, was because now you're no longer needed in Neverwinter. You've been put out of a job by Neverember and his forces. So you went on this jaunty. So yeah, you would absolutely know. You would have been one of the survivors of Thundertree that was just pushed out by this plague of zombies.
So the question is whether it remains in that state, or whether what Lord Neverember. So take that song, isn't it? Yeah. Remember. Whether he's had a bit of a tidy up and a sort out.
If these efforts have come down this far, basically.
Yeah. What was trying to find the name. Radoff. What was his job? Do we really get much description as to?
He's kind of, if you're familiar with the Tolkien sort of Middle Earth and Lord of the Rings world at all.
Nope.
have you seen the Hobbit films? I know they were crap, but have you seen them?
No, okay. Unfortunately not.
All right, so basically he's a druid.
If you could relate any characters in the future just to The Office, that would be great. Thanks.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Sean will get that.
The problem with that is that I've only ever watched like one episode of The Office, and I never liked it. However, I do remember from
it's still Martin Freeman, I suppose.
GCSE science. I do remember, Sean, that you did a wicked impersonation of Ricky Gervais and the dance that he did.
Yeah, I think I did it in our drama play. We did bounces together.
Yeah.
I think I crammed it in bounces.
Yeah. No. Anyway, okay. So basically, his job is he's just a wanderer. He looks after the land. So he's kind of just making sure that everything or that nature remains in balance. Really, that's his main job. So
he could be on some sort of relief mission himself, or
it's a bit like Chris Packham.
I had to think for a second.
I really hope that we meet him and he rolls his R's. Please let him roll his R's.
That's not hard because
My name's Radolf.
I've got a funny R anyway.
I was going to say Nick does that anyway.
Life.
I think your luck might be in, Lise.
I just have to do my best kind of like, Jonathan Ross impression. Funny R's.
Wibble wobble.
Weed off.
Weed off.
Weed off. Hi guys.
I love that. That's amazing.
Right. So
I don't know if that changes our plan, but I mean, it sounds interesting.
Well, we want to
either
get
way.
horses, don't we?
We're going their own way.
Potions and horses, please.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go to where are we going first?
Okay, so the morning comes about. You have a night of drinking and celebrating. You're kind of heroes in the town. The few remaining red brands that hadn't been wiped out, you left some kind of tied up and stuff. But when everyone went looking for them, that they've gone. The reports that people saw them kind of just of literally running out of town.
Sweet.
Yeah, so everyone's a little bit concerned about that, but they're going to hold an emergency town meeting. The Lion Shield Costa is going to because there's also the weapons cache that you guys found underneath the Chester Manor. Yeah, so they've kind of taken that on, not to sell, but they're going to supply a town and train up, because that's what the Lion Shield Costas do, is they supply mercenaries and stuff with equipment. So they're going to help train Halia Thornton, I think her name was, that runs the Miners Exchange. She's got contacts as well. So she said, right, look, she works for an organisation, and she's got contacts with all of the miners and prospectors and everything in the area, so she's going to get she's going to get some people to come in to and again, it's exactly what the Lord's Alliance, what Sildar and what Iano was originally supposed to have done, was set up a military presence in the town to keep it protected. So they're going to sort all of that out. So you spend the night kind of partying, drinking, resting up, kind of nursing your wounds. Morning comes around, I suppose. So where do you go?
Should we grab the potions first?
Yeah, can we get these on Greta? Like, we done them the right lemon, didn't we? Really? Like, surely we should get these horses and these potions for free.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Well, I don't disagree, but I'm just going to say that Sildar gave us a bunch of cash to fund this journey.
That's our cash.
Okay.
No comment.
We could just intimidate these people into giving us their fucking horses. But I
mean, bear in mind, we need to go back into the place we had just the worst time. The Lion Shield Costa. That's where the potions are. Is that right?
Yes.
We've already wound them up by trying to blackmail them. No, or hold hostage their own gear.
Less than we, thank you very much.
Well, Millicent, sorry. Millicent did it. Millicent tried to blackmail them.
No, that's not what happened. Mate. I'm going to wait outside.
No, cool. We'll pay for stuff and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so
let's less of the chaotic, more of the good for a bit.
Cool.
Okay.
So you get up in the morning, you have your breakfast and stuff, and you head down to the Lion Shield Costa, which is just the bottom of the town square, basically opposite the inn where you're at, across the square. When it opens, opens sort of mid-morning, and they're doing, they're counting stock of all of the equipment they've got from Chester Manor, and you can see already there's a small posse of people out there who are trying out equipment, and there's a few people there who are kind of showing them basic moves and things like that. So it's a very small bit of training going on in the kind of courtyard just outside there, and I forget what the lady's name was, but
Leanne.
Yeah, Leanne. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. She sees you come over, and she's like, heroes of the hour. What can I do for you this morning?
What are your shoes like?
Let me see your trainers.
She's wearing sort of like medium type armor, so she's the kind of stuff that you would wear under plate mail, if you know what I mean. So she's got like thick leather on and stuff like that, and she's got like leather braces and stuff around, but she's just got some kind of good old medieval boots. If you want.
I don't think we're going to be stealing these at the moment.
No, let's not steal these.
Yeah.
Potions. How many? You got any healing potions, love?
Ooh, healing potions.
Yeah. Did I stutter?
Not the kind of thing that I would normally deal with. Deal more with arms and things like that. You would really want to talk to Sister Garielle, but she's not been here for a while. Let me see. I might have a couple, but they're not. They'll be from my personal stock. Let me go and have a look out back.
We'll reward you handsomely for them.
Who's tapping?
Oh, sorry, that's me, because that's me getting into character.
Are you doing character? Sorry.
Yeah, kind of like, sorry.
It is tapping, actually.
Oh, no, is that just me? Or is that...
So yeah, she pops back into her shop and then she comes out. She comes back out and she's got these 2 potions. This is here. I normally don't sell these. As I say, this is more for kind of personal use. You never know what's going to happen around here. But
we sorted that problem out though. So
that you did. And
yeah.
the town apparently does owe you a debt of favour. So, and I've been thinking about our last interaction as well. And you said about you came across some of my wares in a cave.
We did.
Perhaps if you could just mark that on a map for me, and I'm going to get some people to go and investigate. And then what I'll do for you, as you have done us all a favour here in Phandalin, I'll allow you to have these at cost instead of a full retail price that another shop would charge you.
Very kind of you. Thank you very much.
And how much is that?
Well, I mean, I paid 50 gold pieces for these.
50 gold pieces
each.
Each. You got mugged off.
To be fair, it's the going price of a healing potion. It's what I paid for it. I'm not making any profit from this. I'm letting you have this because you've.
I didn't realise it was so expensive.
Yeah,
and how many? How many do you have, sir? Just the 2. Is there any way?
Touching himself, we don't need them usually.
Is there anyone that could possibly that works with sister whatchamacallit, that maybe we could still access some of her potions?
No, so she brews them herself. She's the only cleric in the town. She brews them herself, but she nobody really knows. She just disappeared probably about 10 days ago.
How much money have we got?
We've got 414 gold, 310 silver, and 627 copper. So we're flush.
Yeah,
I say
but we've got to get horses too.
10 silver to a gold, 10 copper to a silver. So 100 copper to a gold, and 10 silver to a gold. So you're minted.
Okay. Let's take him.
Roll me.
We've got friend.
So who was it that got all shocked at the price? That was Scapes, wasn't it?
Me.
Roll me a persuasion.
Persuasion. Right. One moment. Oops. Sorry. You say you're unprepared. Look at me.
19.
Persuasion.
-9.
Did it roll it?
Nope.
Yeah, 9.
Oh
wait, no.
Yay!
3 total.
The second one I got a natural 20. Got clicked it twice by accident.
You got a natural 1 and then a natural 20.
Did he get advantage by any chance?
Wow. Shame that doesn't count for nothing.
Yeah, I think just your rude tone was a little bit shocking, and but you did kind of piss her off yesterday as well, guys. So she looks at you, she was like, "No, yes, really, that much. Yeah. That's how much I paid for them. I mean, if it's how much you would pay in a shop. I'm not trying to rip you off. If you don't want them, then fine. I appreciate everything.
Don't make me intimidation check you. Check your privilege. Yeah, we should pay for these.
Yeah. Yeah. Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Just
done.
knock 100 gold off and give yourselves 2.
100 gold off and 2 healing potions.
I nearly used charm person then.
You could have done.
No, I want to.
Does
anyone think about pitting away spells during game roleplay?
Does anyone particularly want to?
We've got the money. We don't not stuck, are we? I suppose.
To be fair, and it's a common complaint with 5th edition D&D. There's very little to spend your money on. So you might as well
spend it while we can.
Yeah.
We're going to be dead soon anyway.
That's the spirit.
So, does anyone particularly want to
tokens for new?
If only you could trade your in-game gold in for D&D Beyond books.
New character traits and subclasses.
As I say,
does anyone in particular want to have a healing potion?
No, I think you. I mean, you might as well keep hold of them. Ain't we all got some heal?
Any particular equipment that you guys want? So when your characters have all got the basic starting
ball
equipment
bearings
in terms of
ball bearings.
Yeah.
Is there any bags of ball bearings? Because they come in notoriously handy in other adventures.
Basically, we'll montage some shopping. If you can't get something here, you can get it from Barthen's Provisions. Barthen's Provisions basically sells everything that's in the kind of shopping list in the book up to a value of 25 gold pieces. So yes, you can probably get some ball bearings. It's just a case of working out what they cost, which I doubt is much.
And Barthen's not got any extra healing potions, has he?
No, only up to 25 gold pieces, so he doesn't sell.
Cheap ones.
I think weapons-wise, there's not much going on my end.
No,
I'm quite happy with what I've got weapons-wise.
So,
just like spell components and shit.
You get ball bearings. You get a bag of 1,000 ball bearings for a gold piece.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we'll have a bag of that.
Okay.
So, I was thinking, in terms of your weapon and armor. I don't know how much, did you want to upgrade any of that? Like, if you've just got basic leather, did you want to upgrade to, studded or anything
Where
like
is
that?
the armour on the sheet?
So,
can I upgrade?
If you've got the money for it.
Why not?
Well, what you got? What would I upgrade to? Because I'm already wearing
You're wearing
heavy
chain,
armor.
yeah?
I mean, this is like the scene in Pretty Woman where she goes shopping.
Yeah, beautiful.
I can't wait for this.
So it depends what you want.
They tell you you're not good enough for studded metal armor.
As long as you're
I'm
proficient.
wearing chainmail.
You're wearing chainmail, so that gives you. Where's the bloody table?
AC 16, strength 13, and stealth. Crap stealth.
Yeah, so you're wearing chainmail, which is armor class 16. So from there, you got splint mail for 200. So splint mail will give you an AC of 17.
Is that worth it to us guys? Because once I've got that, I've got an armor class of 20.
What's your?
Is that worth it really? Because I've got 19.
Have you got 19? You should only have 18.
No, because I've got a shield, haven't I?
Yeah, that gives you +2. So if you're wearing chainmail, that's 16 +2 is 18.
Well, it's saying I've got 19 on here. There must be a reason for it.
Unless you're wearing.
Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. Armored bonus. Oh, from my fighting style, I get one.
You get +1 for your fighting style. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Where do I find out what armor I'm wearing?
What's your dexterity modifier, Escapes?
Equipment.
My dex. Oh, it's crap. I think. Let me see.
I think is it just leather? It just says leather.
-1.
Oh, leather armor.
Okay, that's fine. So you wouldn't benefit because you might have benefited from going down to medium armor. Because with medium armor, you get a lower AC, but then you get to add on a dex bonus, so you could actually work out higher. But no. So yeah, I mean, you can go 200 gold pieces would only give you a +1. That's whether you.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth our money, is it?
No.
Really.
Anybody else? Depending on what you've got already.
I'd like to look at armor.
So what?
Where is the armor?
So you need to be proficient in it. So it should be on your character sheet in your equipment.
I've got armor proficiencies: light, medium, shields.
Cool. So that means that you're proficient in shields, medium armor, and light armor. So at the moment, you're probably wearing basic leather.
I think it just says leather in my treasure or equipment list.
That's the one. So again, that would give you your basic AC is 11 plus your dexterity modifier, but you could upgrade hide armor. So so hide armor is 12 plus dex. You could get a chain shirt for 13 plus dex. Scale mail even, which is 14 plus dex, but you would get disadvantage on stealth rolls. So there's some options there for you. It depends on how much you want to spend.
I'm a 13 at the minute. So how much is the? What was the second one you said?
So
it was like
a chainmail, just a shirt rather than a full suit. A chainmail shirt is 50 gold pieces, and it will give you an AC of 13 plus your dexterity modifier.
So 15 total.
The only thing, I just want to check the. No, we're doing. This is going to be a fantastic podcast episode. I do apologize, but I think there is something in the classes for druids. I don't know if you're allowed to wear metal armor based on your class.
I'm not. No, you're right. Sorry. No metal.
It's like QVC D&D.
I'll put the QVC theme under
the Zirconian.
Yeah, that's it. So druids will not wear armor or use shields made of metal. So you can't get these. You could get hide. No. So that would give you. Go back to that as an option.
What was that? Is that 11 plus 2?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm just bringing it back up. Armor table. So hide armor gives you 12 plus your dex. So I think at the moment you're running at 11 plus dex. So hide will give you 12 plus dex. So I'll give you an extra 1.
An extra point. How much is that?
10 gold pieces.
Oh, it's nothing.
We can afford it.
All right, just give me another point.
Throw it on. It makes you look so slim.
Yeah, it's really good on you. It makes you look taller.
And I don't seem to have any armor written down in my equipment.
However,
you should have.
I am armor proficiency is light, so
yeah, it's just light.
Yeah,
because you're a rogue. You should have.
I don't have anything
find
in there.
Your original character.
Go for it. I can't find anything in the equipment page.
It'll be because It depends whether you're still running off the one that I did for you. I moved stuff around.
Yeah, still off the one.
So it should be listed down in your.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so in the treasure box on the bottom of the first page, it should be listed there. It's just leather armor.
Leather armor. Okay.
Yeah.
So what can I upgrade or?
If you're only proficient in light, weapons, crossbow, armor proficiency light, then you could go up to studded leather, which will give you 12 plus your dex. That's
kinky.
That's 45 gold pieces though.
Do you guys mind if I get some sexy studded leather armor?
As long as we all stay alive a little bit longer, that's fine.
Yeah. Can I have some studded leather armor as well?
Absolutely can. Another 45, but you can have that as well.
Might as well. There isn't really much to spend your money on, is there?
No, exactly.
No, definitely. Yeah.
What did I get?
You went for the hide armor, which gives you a new AC of 12 plus your dexterity modifier to a maximum of +2. So if your dex so you'll be running at 14 now.
Okay, so what am I running at now, Luke? Sorry.
Studded leather 12 plus your dexterity modifier. And there's no cap on that one. So if you've got a dexterity modifier of +4, then you will get 12 plus 4. So it all depends on your dex mod.
5 plus 5.
Shut up, you've got +5 dex.
Somewhere up there. I don't think you'll be able to do it. It says dexterity +5.
+3. Dexterity, you've got a dexterity 17, which gives you +3.
Where am I looking? Sorry.
You're looking at your saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at the saving throw.
Next to that on the left. There's dexterity, big number, 17, and then +3. So with your studded leather, that will give you an AC of 15.
AC of 15, okay. It's not much better, but hey ho.
Well, even 1 point is worth it, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. Quick question.
Yeah.
Those numbers that you just said down the side, the big numbers with the little pluses in them.
Yes.
Do they ever change when we level up?
They can.
They can.
Level. So I think it's 4th level. You'll get a 4th level. You get the opportunity to put them up.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. What about you? Basically, I allowed you to take weapons for free last week from the cache that you found. So, if there's anything there you wanted, you can do so. Or any other kind of things at all, anything particular that you think might come in handy. You should all have your basic packs, which will contain like ropes and things like that. But
yeah,
I think I'm good.
Cool.
All right.
So you pod it around town for a little bit. So Linene, whatever her face is, the line should cost her. Yeah, she deals more in she sorts you out at the studded level, but when it comes to the hide, she's like, oh, not really kind of thing that I deal with. But I tell you what, if you head over to the the tanner just round the corner. We've got like a hunter and stuff in town. His name is Frederick. He'll sort you out. He'll be able to sort you out some stuff down there. And you head down there, and he's like this, kind of weird, a bit of a weird job, isn't it? Really, a tanner, like a hunter, a tanner, like somebody whose entire livelihood is around skinning and drying out animals,
smelling
skins. Yeah, and it stinks a bit, and according to horrible histories, they used to tan livers in shit. Yeah,
in piss.
In piss. That's where piss poor. That's where the phrase "piss poor" comes from. If you're piss poor, it's because you used to sell your piss to the local tanners. So it proper stinks in there, but you go in and he kind of fits you out. And he's like, I can get you some levers. And he goes, we'll just strap them around here. And he kind of measures it around you and just gives you some stitches and stuff. And it's like, you're in there for about an hour while he just kind of fits you up and stuff. And you're only little as well, so it doesn't take too long to do that.
Does he cup when he goes up the left leg?
He does, yeah. As he goes up.
Joey's tailed in a bad thing.
Yeah, brilliant. And then, so what's next? You want to go see Darren Edemath?
Some GGs.
Yeah, brilliant. So Darren Edemath lives just on the outskirts of town. He's got an orchard and like a farm or an orchard. He's got a big thing there. And basically, he also rears horses as well. He makes it like a bit on the side because, again, like prospectors and miners who come to the area, they hire horses from him to go into the town and stuff like that. So when you walk up there and find him, let me just see if there's anything interesting.
We should have bought horse food. We can get it from him.
Yeah, that's fine. It will be included in there. So order leaf. Not order leaf. Sleeping giant. Towns's Hall. It'll be here somewhere. There it is. Edemath Orchard. Right. Yeah. So when you go up there, he's basically that you can see people in the field, kind of like picking the apples and kind of putting around, and then there's a couple of people like cleaning out stables and things, and he's just kind of directing people and stuff like that. And he sees you coming up. Ha ha! You must be the local adventurers who have come to town and saved the day from those horrible redbrands. Well met. Darren Edemath at your service.
Lovely to meet you, Darren Edemath. We are in the market for some your finest horses to get us all the way to Thundertree, please.
Well, it's a long way to go. Thundertree, eh? What's up there these days? That town's been desolate for about 3 decades now. I was part of the relief up there when it all went to all hell up there. I was part of the relief force back in my old adventuring days myself with the Order of the Gauntlet. But what takes you up there?
Do you happen to know if the zombies are still there?
Oh, they were scary. Not like any kind of zombies that I'd ever seen. They was all burnt and scarred, which of course is not to be, if how the body dies and gets resurrected. But the strangest thing about them, of course, is that when you attacked them, when you fought them, they themselves turned to ash, just disintegrated. And I tell you what, you be careful you don't get any of that on you. You will not like the effects. But
what are the effects?
Just makes you a bit unwell. From what I remember.
Right. I was going to say, there's no time for ambiguity.
Anyway, are they still there? Well, I don't know. I imagine their food source must have died out years ago, unless they were, just eating on wildlife. But 30 years, zombies, unless they're slain, go on forever, I suppose. Perhaps best to tread carefully anyway. Never winter woods as dangerous areas anyway.
Oh, you didn't do too well then back in the day, but that's not a problem. Horses.
Yes.
Can we have some?
Yeah,
Absolutely, you can. Yes. Horses. So, yeah, I can hire them for you. Absolutely. Let me just have a look in the old player's handbook here, see if I can find out a price for you. Yes. But definitely we can come to some kind of arrangement. I am sure they cannot be that expensive. Okay, so what kind of thing you're looking for? A donkey or mule to carry a load? Or
we need something
draft horse,
fast.
riding horse? Unfortunately, no war horses up here, but a pony perhaps for the little one. Yes, we've got some of them. Unfortunately, no elephants or camels.
How much for 4 courses?
We'll
have a few riding horses, please.
Let's have a look. Let's just have a look at this because let's have a look. A wagon? Would you need a wagon?
No. We'd need to travel fast.
Although I've just remembered that we probably we have already had ox and
we dropped them
wagon.
off at didn't we?
Yeah, you dropped them off at Barthens. They didn't belong to you. They were kind of part of the thing. So
we borrowed them.
Yeah, basically.
I wonder if we could borrow them again.
These.
Right, let me just see if I can.
They won't make our journey any quicker, though.
No.
And we're only 2 days behind Druid Face, so
typically a riding horse is like double your speed.
Yeah.
So it doesn't quite. I was looking into that earlier on because obviously you said that you were going to do that, but basically what it does is you still kind of travel at the same speed ish. But what you can do with horses is if you need to go fast, if you're being chased, is that they can then double your speed. And for a couple of hours,
you can get away.
Yeah, but if you were to ride them at that kind of full speed, then you would knacker them out, and you wouldn't do much. Right, I'm just trying to find it here. So basically, it says in the book here that tack, harness, and drawn vehicles. Bardin, blah, 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 blah. Feed per day, expenses. It doesn't really say.
1 gold, aren't they? For 4.
So a horse, just a rising horse, it says is I reckon 75 gold pieces.
Oh, that's not so bad. If we got that,
buy one.
Yeah, we've
not. That's. I mean, it seems a lot, doesn't it? Because 5 gold pieces is actually a lot of fucking money. But I can't find.
Oh, is that to buy or hire?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah,
just trying
I suppose you have a finance option. Do you?
Does Pock really need a horse? I mean, he's tiny.
Well, I can be a horse. Is the other thing? I could be a horse and take one of us.
You could be a horse.
So we technically just need to buy 2 horses, providing we short rest before anything kicks off.
So that's what 150.
So yeah, for two horses, we'll say because that does seem like quite a lot.
Yeah, if we're buying 4, we should get a discount anyway.
Yeah, I mean you can.
Just in case Pock wants to talk,
We just put a deposit down and get the money back at the end.
Waterborne vehicles.
Yeah.
It must be to buy because that's expensive, yeah. So I would say probably to rent it's going to be a lot less than that. And I'm probably missing something, but again, I don't want to spend too long in the book reading there. There might be something else in the Dungeons Master's Guide I'm missing. So we'll call it. I don't know. I mean, how long will you be renting? Would you like to hire these horses for?
Oh, a couple of days.
Yeah, we could be gone. We could be gone. Anything up to a couple of days.
Just nipping around the block.
Yeah.
No, I mean, all seriously, probably going to be 2-3 weeks.
Right. Okay. Yep. Okay, so let me think here. So my normal going rate then would be, well, there's a deposit just in case you don't come back. That's the thing, So we'll call it 20 gold pieces deposit per horse, and then let's say gold piece per day up front, which to go on top of that as well. So if you're going to say, we'll say, I tell you what, how many horses do you want?
10 days.
2 horses? Did you say?
Yeah, am I being a horse? Is that what we're doing?
You can only wild shape for an hour, for 2 hours a day per short
Ah,
rest.
that's a good point.
So
and just in case we get ambushed and stuff.
yeah,
like,
I would say
that.
Let's fuck that
It's
up.
under a
Let's
one,
get
isn't it?
4.
Yeah, so if we say, if you'll take the deposit for, I'll do you a deal. 3 horses, let's score it as an even 50 gold pieces deposit instead of the 60. And then if you want a 10-day on the horses, then you can take gold piece a day per horse. So that would be an extra 30 gold on top. So 80 gold. But what you, of course, is if you bring the horses back early, then, is that right?
It's free.
Yeah, then if you bring the horses back early, of course, then you get the deposit back, and I'll also give you back the difference as well. So if you only have them for 5 days, that's fine.
Well, we're only getting 3 horses then. What's that? Pock's going to jump on the back?
No, 4 horses.
Oh, right. Oh, brilliant.
That's for 4. Good. Yeah, he's been charging us for 3.
Oh, excellent. What a nice young man. Or old man.
A lovely guy. I think that
I calculated that completely wrong because I was only assuming the 3 go the 3. So
well, that's fine. We'll take it. Deal. Shall shake his hand. Good man.
Yeah, we'll call it 80 gold pieces up front, and if you bring them back early, then you can have the difference as well.
Okay.
Beautiful.
80 gold pieces. Okay.
Yeah.
Mark that
but
off.
So 60 of that is just a deposit that you'll get back.
Okay. So
no, sorry, 50 of that. 50 of that is deposit that you get back, and then 30 is for the rental, and if for 10 days, and if you bring them back early, then you'll get a refund.
Get that back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I reckon we could sell them for 50 each.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can see, can't we? I mean, we could just come back and run this guy through. So don't worry.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we'll just kill him.
Yeah.
I hope you're saying this after we've left.
Yeah. This is just running through our head.
Did any of you want to roll some kind of history check on?
I was about to ask him if he knew anything of Radoff as well. If that's where you were going with that.
That funny little fellow, he comes into town every now and then, always pops in, talks to the horses, and literally, I mean, he'll talk to the horses, neighs at them and everything. I found a funny fellow, no. Hey, he's all right, good friend, a good fellow, but no, much more than that, no, not really, but I think he means well, yeah. 5 history, Millicent. Nothing, that's fine. Does anybody else want to roll history for me? Oh, 16, yeah, lovely. So just because earlier on he mentioned the Order of the Gauntlet that he used to be a part of, just for your own benefit. The Order of the Gauntlet is a devout and vigilant group that seeks to protect others from the depredations of evildoers. The Order is always vigilant, ready to smite evil, enforce justice, and enact retribution against any who try to subjugate or harm others. So they're basically an order of a famous order of knights. To be fair, as well, is they're kind of like who you call in when there's real evil shit going down and you can't take care of yourself.
Well, I don't suppose you still have any contact yourself with this Order of the Gauntlet that you spoke of a little while ago. Are you still a member? Are you still in touch with the old boys?
Yep. Well, I mean, yeah, actually, I've got some stories to tell you, absolutely. Am I still a member? Technically, yeah, an honorary member, of course. I mean, it's an oath that you swear for life, but and if they ever called on me, of course, I would do my duty, but I've done my fair share adventuring in my time.
How would we go about enlisting their help? Yeah, sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to do a sneaky insight check to make sure he wasn't bullshitting.
Yeah, bragging.
Because he's like out in the middle of nowhere, he could just be saying shit. You never know.
Can I add guidance to that?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't think.
If I need to,
I don't think you'd know I was doing it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's kind of something you just kind of do. Because you have a passive insight as well, which is just like 10 plus your wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you proficient in? No, you're not at +1, are you?
No.
Is okay. Is anybody proficient in insight?
Oh yes, I am.
No, intelligence,
I am.
wisdom. Yeah.
Do you want me to roll it?
No, just tell me what your score is if you're proficient in it.
It's +3.
Yeah, so you would have a natural 13 anyway, which is no better. Okay. So with a 13, you seem like he's on the up and up. He's a not an old man, you know. He's in his 60s, like, but you know, he's still very well, you know, very fit for his age. You know, he's kind of that. Kind of think of a good representation for him. From a movie.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I was just about to say that.
No, probably not.
Oh, you really?
I'm thinking more.
Yeah, I
more
just watched
like,
a Friends episode of him in it.
the guy who's in. I think the only thing I can think of that he's in is the Roundhouse. Patrick Swayze. He's kind of like mentor the old dude. The guy,
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Wait, Patrick Swayze is very young in Roadhouse.
Not Patrick Swayze. His mentor, his mate, who's like grey silver. He's a silver fox, and he's been silver for like 30 years.
Oh, the guy with the tash.
That's the guy.
Yeah,
Think him basically. So he looks good for his age, you know.
Does he look a little bit like the guy in the meme?
In the what?
Never mind. Don't worry.
I know what you mean. Well, balls out the bath on this one, but I don't suppose you fancy one last adventure, do you? We could definitely use the help of you and your order at some point along there. We're off to defeat the Black Spider, and I've heard he's quite a nasty bastard.
The Black Spider sounds like a villain worthy of any quest, but no, alas, no. As I say, my adventuring days are over. But I mean, if there is trouble about, I will always, you know, if I feel it's worthy, then I will report back. But it you know, unfortunately, there's no mobile telephones in this world, so or Facebook, you know, so I would have to write by hand and send that by Raven, so it would take
don't bother, it's
a few
fine.
days for anybody to get back. But certainly, I will definitely take that on board and perhaps put some feelings out there. But thank you very much.
Is there a particular place where the Order of the Gauntlet resides or works from?
Well, wherever there's trouble.
Excellent.
Wherever there's a shadow looming and evil to be sought out and destroyed.
Okie doke.
Cool. Well, shall we head to Thundertree?
Fuck off. Yeah.
Do it.
Cool. All right, so you set off. Right, so we're probably you faffed around in the morning, so it's probably, you know, just gone midday. So let's have a look at that old world map. Let's have a look.
Ooh.
By the way, I was talking about the "I don't always" meme.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, different guy, but a similar kind of look. Yeah, absolutely.
Silver Fox, kind of like old dude.
Yeah,
that guy was in the the film about the guy who killed Hitler and the Yeti or something.
That sounds insane.
Is that the same film?
I don't know.
No, it was like literally. It came out last year, and it was like the weirdest title for a film. And it sounds like it should have been amazing, but apparently it was shit.
Let me find his name. That's IMDb. Come on, fuck it. Let's have a look. So I know. I think most recently he's in like a sitcom on Netflix with the guy from that 70s show, whatever his fucking name is.
That's it. The man that killed Hitler and then Bigfoot. That's the name of the film.
Yeah, that does ring a bell.
Yeah,
actually.
Sam Elliott. That's the guy.
That's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
With a title like that.
So, all right, yeah, Sam Elliott. I'm not going to, like, literally.
Yeah,
and he looks like that for 30 years. He just hasn't aged.
I think the only otthe film I've seen him is a film
Dad.
called Blue Jean Cop back in the 80s or it's 90s.
Yeah, I think he was bigger in the 80s and early 90s. The Ranch, just the way he's in The Ranch on Netflix. Did the voice of Trusty in the Lady of Tramp remake. He's in A Star Is Born. Let's have a look.
Just look at Sam Elliott's IMDb now.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, basically. Sam Elliott. Couple of episodes of Parks and Recreation. A voice in The Good Dinosaur. So he's not really done anything massive.
Oh, he is in Parks and Rec. Doesn't he play like Ron? He plays Ron's like best friend, but then also nemesis. Does anyone watch Parks and Rec, or is it just me?
No, I've
Yeah.
not watched it. I just know it's big. Yeah, no, I've not watched it. Yeah, he was in 2003 Hulk.
He was in the film Peter Weller. That was it. It was called Blue Jean Cop over here, but it was called Shakedown. I don't know if you can't really see it, with Peter Weller of RoboCop fame.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Shakedown.
But it was called Blue Jean Cop here for some reason. I don't know.
I bet them dudes are at Helms Hold. It's kind of on the way to Thundertree.
Right, okay. So basically, there you go. Anyway,
back on track there.
Let's say
Let's adventure.
let's do some
We always
adventure.
go off on a tangent, don't we?
This is it. Okay, so we discussed it a little bit last week. You're going to be looking at some time to get there. If you were to go, sort of,
We was going to make a beeline, weren't we, rather than the road?
yeah. So you can do that, kind of. 62 miles, it reckons. Call it 60 to and you can travel at 24 a day. So it's going to take you 2.5 days, or you could take the safe route. Which will take a little bit longer.
We were going to take the quick route, weren't we, last week? I think we agreed on. So
yeah.
It'll take you the difference like 3 days or 5 days, basically. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the point is, if we've got Droopy, that if we do come across a roving party of goblins, then he will be able.
We're being slagged off in the Twitch chat. With respect, this session is going snail's pace. Agreed.
Oh no.
Yeah. To be fair, we have been pissing about.
Sorry.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's kind of what happens in D&D sometimes, So
Sometimes you got to shop.
yeah, this is it. Cool.
Cool, let's just go straight
So you're
there.
right. You're right. You leave off. It's probably about midday and stuff. Grab yourself one last meal before you go. Sun's looking all right as you travel on the first day, and you're making some good time. The weather's all right. You have to kind of go through some thicket. If you remember when you were initially kind of had to cut up to Cragmaw Castle, you're on the outskirts of the forest for a couple of miles there, so it does slow you down a little bit. And you would probably decide from that, because it's thickening out, you would come a little bit out, so it's so that you're not quite as densely packed. And you do about, like I said, do your half a day, and you stop for rest. That's the first day. Nothing really exciting happens. I say it's nice weather. It's sunny. You travel around it and you get up there. You're going to do watches and stuff on the first night.
Yeah, I think we should.
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay. So first watch, second watch, third watch.
I'll tell you what. What that would be.
Who's got dark vision?
Oh, yeah.
Me and
I
Vincent.
haven't got dark vision.
I have as well.
So if we start with scapes to start, if it's just getting dark,
Yeah,
good idea.
And then we'll take it from there.
Can I also fashion? I heard that I can fashion a little thing that tells me what the weather's going to be like in this place in the future. I think it's like a little tinderbox thing. I can make a little weather guesser.
What the weather's going to be like.
I just want to see what the weather's like in the next 24 hours.
So looking at the stars and stuff in the night and on the horizon, you feel the wind. You do think that there may be a storm brewing.
Mm-hmm. I don't really know what to do with that information, but I thought it was worth knowing. Just really clamp down the tents. There's fuck all else I can do, really. I'll use produce flame to give us a little campfire. Get that on the go.
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
I'll take. I don't mind taking second watch after escapes. It's fine.
Okay.
Can I get a few animals to be lookouts for us, or is that beyond my remit?
That's probably beyond your remit. Yeah.
Then ignore that. I'll cut that out of the podcast.
Okay. Right. So first watch escapes. It's dark. It's miserable. It's cold. You can feel that wind picking up. nothing much happens for a couple of hours, but the clouds are coming. Second watch.
Yep. Me.
Brr. So at some point, Scapes wakes you up and tells you, come, Fatty, your turn. He picks you up. You get yourself some kind of coffee or whatever, and you sit by there and you kind of walk around and have a look around. Roll me a perception.
14.
14, lovely. So you hear some kind of rustling.
I've got a +3 on that, sorry.
17 overall, cool.
17,
yeah, so you do hear some kind of rustling around, and but you go, you kind of keep your ear out. You go and step a little bit forward. You got dark vision as a dwarf. You have, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And you realise that there's just like some kind of weird D&D night creature, like a badger or something, just sees you and then scarpers off.
Badger worm.
Nothing else much more exciting than that happens in your shift. Who's
amazing?
Next?
Me.
Yeah. Oh, you go.
Lovely. Okay. So what? How long are you doing shifts each? 2, 3 hours, 4 hours?
4 hours, I would have thought.
So
no, that's far too long. Yeah, 3.
Yeah, it's like 3, yeah.
2 or 3 hours. So let's say that you guys just camped up and you had some dinner and stuff around 6ish, and then maybe you guys thought, well, we've got a long old way ahead. So after a bit of talking, you start drifting off to sleep around 9ish. So let's call it early hours of the morning now, sort of 2ish, 2, 3 in the morning. Okay. Again, roll me a perception.
Oh, 9.
Cool. Okay. So again, half elf night vision, yeah. So you've got you kind of see that camp there going on, and everything seems fine. You maybe had a joke with Burr when he got you up, and you was like, "Oh, anything happened at all?" He's like, "Oh, I saw a badger, but that's about all." And you're like, "Oh, right, yeah." So how do you kind of picture that you're going to be running your turn? What kind of stuff would you get out to? Walking around? Would you sit, climb a tree?
I'd circle perimeter check basically.
Yeah.
Okay. As quietly as possible as well. So I'd be trying to be quiet.
Who's rustling a bag of
It's
crisps?
it's the backy packet.
Oh, no, sorry.
That's all right. Okay, cool. All right.
4 hours more work for me.
No. You're okay. Cool. Right. Unfortunately, yeah. So,
Unfortunately,
sorry.
that just registered.
Unfortunately, you don't notice as you're walking around, stumbling out of the bushes.
There's some ice cream behind the tree.
No.
Is Droop asleep as well?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Droop. Yeah, so Droop kind of would have like done his watch with Scapes. Absolutely, yeah, and helped him out. Yeah. But then he's ready to go to sleep. Yeah, absolutely. So
James, you have got the loudest
Oh man, I'm sorry. I really am sorry. Look, let me mute.
I mean, we're trying to be quiet. We're about to get attacked.
I'm sorry.
Definitely James's phone, not mine.
It wasn't a rusty. It wasn't a badger in the bushes. It was James.
I've just cast all my spells. So I turn around and he's rolling the bag.
Okay. Yeah, so stumbling through the bushes and they come at you are some things that they come for you.
Bad boys.
What are you going to do? I've got to try and remember how to use roll 20. Go away.
Would it be pertinent to take a very short wee break?
Well, you know what? I was thinking about having a break, and then people accuse us of being boring. So I was like, all right, let's get on it.
We were talking about a telly person just to reference the look for like.
I am. I am literally going to run off for 2 seconds because I'm busting here.
I'm also
Okay.
busting.
Why don't we? Yeah, let's do this as we did the watches. Let's go in.
Go in order.
Yeah, do it again, Ola. Yeah.
Right, basically, I'm trying to get this to work, but it's not. Let me just find you.
Go on, go we.
Yeah,
No
what's your...
She's gone. I'll wear nappies for the game. I come
Oh,
prepared,
that's
Luke.
the one, mate. Yeah. I just pissed my pants. Doesn't really matter.
Let's try that again.
Oh, that's cool. That paper.
It would be,
Ooh, paper.
except that Roll20 is not doing what I want it to do.
Is it not?
No. And it's annoying me. Because it should. It should, but it's not. And I don't know why it's not.
Out of interest, while you're clicking on things,
Yeah.
when it was, as it was my turn after Lisa, Militant, I was gonna cast Pass Without a Trace. Would that still function if everyone was not actively being stealthy, but camping and asleep?
What is it? Got passive.
Well, yeah, I've been trying to figure out of how the mechanics of it. It's a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks. But I don't know if that would work if everyone was asleep, camping overnight. It's curious. I mean, if you don't know the answer, it's fine. I'll have a Google.
Right.
What's that? Is that trees?
Trees. Yeah.
Nice. And I was wondering when we'd be doing it like this, because I always thought, that would be a great idea.
Lovely, beautiful trees. Right.
Is that our campfire?
There's your campfire
Still
in the
warm.
middle.
Oh, it looks lovely. It's beautiful.
So yeah, so
Trees
you
are
guys are all
nice.
asleep by the fire, unfortunately. And then Millicent's failed a perception check. Everybody roll initiative.
Don't forget, Bear, you've got your pluses now to initiative.
Plus...
We've got 19 anyway.
Yeah.
I'll take my first one there, 5.
Okay, just update your scores inside the thingy-majiggy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I've got me.
Oh, I'm not on there.
You should be. I'll sort it out.
Charisma modifier to my.
I've only got the bad guys.
Yeah, me too.
+3.
Okay, I'll sort it out. Let's get this on here. The last one. Should be. Oh, right, okay.
So my original initiative was +3, and now I get another +3 because of my rakish audacity.
Oh, bollocks.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So I get a +6.
You get
Yeah.
It makes sense though. Rogue assassin. You're
Always up for a ruck.
That's it. Oh, I'm seeing Millicent and Pock now.
There you go. Should be on there.
Hey.
I've got 19 +6 is 25.
Right, so stumbling from the bushes that no one else sees because you're asleep. But is this bad boy. Which again, if I can remember how to do this.
Did you just move us all, or is that just me?
Yeah, I did Basin.
Ooh, it's a zombie.
It's kind of a zombie, but it's actually
Kind of a zombie.
It's not. It's a ghoul.
A ghoul.
So let's get a description of a ghoul. Oh, yeah, I do apologise. I'm not really with it tonight, guys. This is going to make a really shit podcast episode as well.
No, it's playing the game, man. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, sometimes we have to play just for us.
Not everyone is going to be as mint as all the others. We're amazing. Don't worry. We can afford this.
Ghouls roam the night in packs, driven by an insatiable hunger for humanoid flesh.
Yeah. Is it a fiend?
No. It's the answer.
No. Okay.
You'll have to wait, didn't you, until you go. They're undead. They're kind of like an upgraded version of zombies. So they're like zombies, but a bit tougher. They just roam hunting flesh. You ever play Fallout?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, like the feral ghouls in them. They're like them.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically.
Before we kick off, did you say that I can hold a concentration spell whilst in wild shape, providing I cast it before I transform?
Correct.
Excellent.
Yeah, correct. So Millicent, unfortunately you haven't noticed this, but they have, they're all stumbling at you. You hear them rushing in, and they're going to charge in. They're not going to make it close enough to attack you this round. I'm going to say that they're further away than that. Sorry, my dog is barking. Most pathetic bark in the world. But you'll basically, being awake and everyone else being asleep, you will have an action where you can try and position yourself somewhere or shout and scream, wake people up.
I will do. It's just an action I've got, yeah?
Yeah.
Wake us up.
Oh, you've got a round, so you've got a movement round just as normal.
Well, then I shall just back to fuck up to our party, and I will just shout out, "Look alive, fuckers! We got company."
Douche.
And that was it.
Oh shit!
Cool.
I'll tell you what I will do. I will inspire. If I've got my bonus action, I'll inspire justice. I'll inspire escape.
Thank you.
Okay.
What's that? A +4, is it?
It's a
D4.
plus a D6 to an attack roll. If you need, or actually to anything, isn't it? Well, to an attack, basically.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Ability check, attack roll, saving throw, just in case you need it. But it's
excellent. That'd be handy.
My dog is going to get smacking. I might have to take her out. Okay. All right. So
take her out. Whoa.
Yeah, basically.
Send her to the farm.
Send her to the farm. Yeah. Oh, bloody dog! Shut up. Why don't? Something to do with how I've bloody done them. Okay, Ghouls. Let's bring up their character sheets and bring it out here. Right, what we're going to do then, before this kicks off, let's have a break. I wasn't going to. I was going to do this combat first, but the dog, it needs a kick up the arse. So
I'll make a couple of Rosie then.
First. So, guys in the chat, anyone listening at home on the podcast in a week or two, I do apologise. This has been a slow burner. The intention for this show was always to represent what's natural like. I'm not producing this show for podcast. We're doing it as an extra bit of fun because we want to. But it's kind of what D&D is like. I'm not going to rush it through. I'm not going to stage it. I'm not going to script it. You know, and sometimes it does move a little bit slower. But I think we had some fun in the first half.
Sometimes you have to think about that guy from RoboCop.
It's cool. We've got to have one just for us, man.
Yeah. So
we received a warning this week.
We'll get through this, and then we'll go and kill a dragon or something. All right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. So let's just take a 5-minute break, and we'll be back in a bit. Thanks everybody for your patience. Lucky is saying it is fun. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. You just helped Luke out, man. He's going to top himself otherwise.
All right. Okay, cool. So, guys, see you in 5 then, all right?
All right, see you in a second.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello and welcome back to the D&D show, part 2. Thank you very much for your patience while we had a break, or if you're listening to the podcast, welcome to the next episode, whatever you want to do. If you've I noticed someone has just joined us, Melo Gibbo, he's just joined us. I know we're having a break, so if you're still with us, hello to you. Quick catch up. I'll just quickly, nothing happened in the first half. So basically, we picked up from last session, from last week, still in Phandalin. You did some shopping, you got some potions, you got some new armour, you hired some horses, you found out some information from an old adventurer called Darren Edemath that he used to be a member of the Order of the Gauntlet, and then you left and you're heading towards Thundertree to find the druid Redoth. Nothing much happened in the first sort of day of travelling. At night, Pock saw there's a storm brewing out on the horizon. Some hours go past, and unfortunately Millicent failed a perception check, and you've been beset upon by some ghouls, which are kind of like a harder version of zombies. They're kind of a bit faster. They're more like the running type zombies as opposed to the slow.
Like 28 days later zombies.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, I'm leaving.
Yeah, that's my worst. My worst.
They're the worst zombies, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Do we have to roll initiative? Can we not?
Run.
Yeah. So let's get going, I suppose. Let's just get on it. Let's get on it. So we've done initiative. I've redone a bit of the map and stuff, but I've worked out, thanks to the people in the chat, I've worked out how to actually put the proper icons in there with hit points and stuff like that, and set the initiative tracker on there. So that's great. So, Millicent, we left off with you just basically as they beset upon, they're charging towards you, all hungry and slavering at the mouth, kind of claws outstretched, charging at you. You've dived backwards closer towards the fire, and you've shouted at everyone to wake up. That's your go. The first one is going to run in and will make an attack for you at the moment, as you're the only one stood up. So, a ghoul, they don't have any weapons. They have claws and they have a mouth to bite. A mouth to bite.
Snap.
Let's have a look.
A toothy maw.
Right. So, it'll roll. It's just going to roll 2 claws at you. It's going to roll for a 12 against your armor class as it runs towards you and slashes at you with its claws.
Miss.
Misses you. Okay. Exciting. Next one.
Even the fight shit this week.
Even this is going to be slow and boring. That one runs up to claw at you. Rolls an 8 and misses you. Boom. Droop. Let's see. So you shouted to get everybody up, and there's noise and stuff. Let's see how well Droop notices. Droop does not move.
What a useless prick.
Can you just lob him in a tree or something for a bit?
Just throw him at one of them.
Yeah.
So
Can I throw the goblin?
Fuck me. Okay, so once you've been woken up, Pock, you wake up and you see this ghoul in your face crabbing at you, going to bite at you as you're down the floor. It just dives on you. You manage to roll out of the way. So because you're prone, it gets advantage against you on a melee attack. Do you want to know what I rolled? With advantage.
Absolutely.
A 1 and a 2.
Well done.
It jumps down on you, just managed to barrel roll out the way and scramble yourself up. And it's actually Pock, now your turn.
Okay. I am going to cast Fairy Fire, which is a concentration spell. Do you want me to read the blurb?
Please do.
Each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet, player's choice. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed a dim light. Any attack roll against the affected creature has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible. and it's in one action. I think I get to pick the point where it happens as well. Or I might be mixing it up with Entangle.
Does it have like an area effect? Does it say how...
It's a 60-foot range and it affects a 20-foot cube.
Right, okay. So you pick where you want to put it. So 20-foot cube's pretty big.
As many as I can do. I don't know if this will also affect Millicent though. That's what I'm worried about.
So you've got 20 foot and you've got 20 foot. So there's still one down there, but that's okay. So you could do... Yeah, so you can basically do the square where you all are. So you can do all of you guys, basically. Okay, does it just do every creature? It doesn't negate. You can't choose them to negate your allies or anything?
No, any creature in the area when the spell is cast. Okay. Does that mean they get attack advantage against us?
They would do.
Oh, no.
in that case, could I possibly... Oh, it's a 60-foot range, so I could possibly get two of them and miss.
You could cast it sort of enough down here that it just gets these two.
Yeah, I don't want any of us to have disadvantage on anything. Yeah. We don't need that.
How do you spell Fairy Fire? F-A-E?
F-A-E-R-I-E.
Let's see if it's in the compendium. Fairy Fire.
It's one of those where I read it but didn't take in the information.
Object in a 20-foot cube within range outline in blue, green, and violet. Yeah. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast. Outline. This is just exactly what you read. Any attack roll, so it's any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it. So it doesn't specify anything at all about enemies or allies. So yeah, it would affect you guys too. So where do you want to cast? You could cast
I'd like to cast it where it just clips
these two.
Two guys. Yeah, whatever I can, as many as I can fit in without affecting anyone else.
I would say, yeah.
2 out of 4 ain't bad. That famous song, isn't it?
Yeah, so you could basically get these two on the bottom there, or you could get the one next to you and this one, or you could get this one and this one. So you can get two.
Yeah, I'll take the two beneath Millicent, and then I'll take care of this other bastard.
You need to make a dexterity saving throw. What was the difficulty?
It is a DC 13.
Okay. And what colour were you gonna?
We'll go violet, please.
Violet.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Anything but green.
So one of them starts glowing violet light. And I put a little purple dot on it. Okay.
Lovely.
That's so was that an action or is it a counter bonus?
That's an action.
Okay. So what
as a bonus action, I'll turn it into a fucking bear, please.
A bear.
Let's not fuck around.
Okay.
So that's a concentration spell for a minute. So I can hold that whilst in bear shape.
Yep, you can.
Crack him. I'm glad I've read that thing.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. That's you done, yeah?
Yes, please.
Ghoul. Down here.
So that's just a first level spell slot that I need to tick off now, isn't it?
That's correct. Yeah.
I haven't really used spells yet.
Oh, you look tasty. Look, it's good. All of a sudden there's this massive bear there, and it's undead. It doesn't know the difference, but it's just a creature, and you look tasty because you're huge. All of the food it can eat. So this one will come up and attack you, Mr. Bear. And roll a 15.
That's a hit.
Excellent. Okay. So you are going to take 2d4 slashing plus. So you're going to take 5 points of damage, slashing damage. I would like you to roll a DC. Oh, well, I'm not going to tell you what a DC is. Can you just roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Just a straight D20 for me.
Yes, please.
Eesh. Oh, shit. I don't suppose my inspiration would benefit with it.
You could use your inspiration reroll. So
You could use it.
saving throw. So you rolled a 7. Do you get to add anything onto that in your saving throw box?
No, it's a 0 for Constitution.
Okay.
You rolled a 3, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Last roll.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I had to scroll down the chat. I do apologise. Okay, yeah. So that's fooked. Okay, I'm going to tell you.
You could re-roll that if you wanted to, if your inspiration.
You've got inspiration, so if you want to use that to re-roll, then you can.
Yes, please.
Re-roll.
I'm terrified about what's about to happen. Come on. 13.
Lovely. Okay, nothing happens.
Good.
Hey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so scared of Luke now. Terrified.
Oh, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. I'm just going to pop that out because I might need that later on. Cool. Okay. As it goes, Scapes, you wake up.
Right.
Millicent screaming and there's growling and slavering, and there's a bear growling, and you're on the floor and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Now here's the question: after your turn on night watch and you went to sleep, would you have doffed your armor, or would you have slept all uncomfortable in your
I would have
chamber?
slept in my armor.
Yeah.
Definitely slept in my armor. I always sleep in my armor and never take it off.
Never take it off. Okay.
Not even to wash.
Not even.
No,
to
I don't. I don't wash. That's not part of my morals.
He just oils.
Yeah, oil.
Saving throw wasn't for
like
zombies. It was for us.
in the first Star Wars film when they dropped C-3PO into like a bath of oil. Like
Yeah, exactly. I just come out all shiny.
Nice. Okay. So you're on the floor. I'll allow you to have your armor on. But your sword and your shield will be near you, I presume.
Okay.
What do you do?
So, I would like to get up and get my sword and shield for a start. Where are they?
I'd presume that you sleep with them relatively next to you.
Right. Okay, so how much is that going to cost me? Like, is that my whole move, or?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's kind of a house rule on that one. I'll allow you just to have it to just grab them as you pick up, because if they it wouldn't be you can draw a weapon as an action. Maybe this round you wouldn't necessarily have use of your shield because you'd need to strap your shield on properly to use it. So you would be
Okay.
You can have an action to put your shield on, or you could just attack without your shield and have a lower AC for the combat. It's up to you.
No, I think I'd rather get my shield.
Yeah.
Because I think so. Do I still have a bonus action?
You would still have a bonus action, yeah. So you'll use your action to draw your sword and quickly like grab and
Yeah.
You have to like do up the strap on the arm to get the shield on properly for it to use it effectively.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then I'd like to cast a Hunter's Mark on the bastards, which is basically choose a creature within range and mystically mark them with your quarry. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon, basically. And once that lasts up to an hour, and once that target dies, I can move it to another target. Okay, keep on doing that for an hour.
That's fine. So is it just there's no saving throw? It just marks them.
No saving throw. So I'd like to mark this baby, the guy next to the purple dude.
Okay, cool. This one.
So the one without the purple dot, he saved. He threw a save against fairy fire, I presume. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And you're gonna move up to attack, or are you gonna kind of stay there? Doesn't really matter. I'm guessing that he's done and he's going to stay there.
Sorry to interrupt, Luke.
Yeah.
You said that I took 2d4 of damage, but you didn't tell me the total.
Yeah, 5.
See, James,
5, sorry.
James earlier.
Thank
you.
Okay, Burr. So, Burr, you wake up. And on your back, there's a massive bear next to you. You're probably shitting yourself a bit because, like Millicent just screamed and now there's a bear there. Roll me like a quick perception check to see if you can work out what's going on.
14.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll allow that. Cool. There you go. So you wake up, you go, I've seen that bear before. That's Pock. Shit. And there's some kind of weird...
There's trouble.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
I guess I'm going to attack this fellow here. So run up 1 space, and I'll attack with my rapier.
Cool.
Oh, great. 3.
That's a miss.
Yeah, 3 plus 5.
Probably still a miss. I don't
Still a miss.
check their AC, but I imagine it's higher than 8. Yeah, that's a miss.
And can I do another attack?
With a dagger? Yeah, you can.
Yep. So attack with my dagger. So D.
So you still roll to hit. D20.
Sorry, yeah. D20. Sorry. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Natural 1.
1.
So you're just it's dark. You're groggy. You've just woken up, and the fire is emitting light, but there's this massive bear creating shadows, and you're just flailing, and you just kind of miss all over the place with that one.
Right. And can I sneak away?
Yeah, if you want to, go for it. You've got because it's a. You would only have half your movement because so you've moved. When you stand up, you use half your movement, so you would only have
rounded down, yeah.
Yeah, so you moved 5 foot, I think that is, and then
my speed's 25, so
so you'd have 5 feet, so you don't have a lot to move, to be honest.
Just move back where I was.
Don't forget that one of these only has advantage for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done then.
Okay. Millicent, thank you for your patience.
Yes, that's all right. These two down here, can I attack either one? I'm in melee range of either one, aren't I? Really?
Yeah, absolutely you can. One of them's lit up with fairy fire.
I'll take the hint and I'll give that one a shot. So that should be. James is clicking Hunter's Mark 50 times. Okay, so I'm going to my short sword attack.
Yep.
So here's roll number 1, and then roll number 2. Oh, maybe it didn't work.
Right. So you have an advantage on him. So the first was a total of 17, second of 21. So both are hit. But it was the second one. You'll take that 8 damage.
Yes, and that is that's that for now.
Okay, not going to use any bonus actions?
For the moment, no.
Okay. Well, it is its turn. It's going to take a step up and attack you back. 15 against your armor class, and it's clawing at you again.
That is a hit.
That is a hit. Okay. So, as we said before, it's 2d4. For 7 points of damage. Can you if the target is a creature other than an elf or undead, it must succeed on a DC blah de blah Constitution saving throw blah de blah. You're a half elf. Okay.
Figure that one out.
I'll do it, but you could give me advantage.
Pardon?
I could do the same, but you give me advantage.
Perhaps. I like that as a house rule because I don't know the ruling on that. So go on, roll with advantage.
Wow,
Constitution saving throw.
This is going to roll terribly now because
Lecky says not an elf. So I think you do have to look at the rules quite black and white. You are not an elf, so yeah, you don't need to roll.
I'm not. Wait.
Wait. You don't need to roll. That's fine. You're not an elf. Yeah, so you do need to roll. Yes, you do need to roll. No advantage. You do need to roll.
What is it? A con save?
Con save, please.
There we are.
Oh, lovely. Nothing happens to you.
Yowza.
Stings a bit, but you're fine.
Is that a natural 20?
That was a natural 20.
Okay. This one's a little bit overwhelmed, and it's thinking it's gonna go over here. So this one is leaving your space. If you want to make an attack of opportunity, Millicent.
Yes, please. Right, short sword. Again. That's stupid. It rolled in the wrong place. There we go. 20.
Dirty 20. That will hit for 6 points of damage. Cool. And then it's going to attack, or try to attack, the fucker in armor.
Oh, me.
Yeah. 17.
19.
You took, you took the time to put on your shield, so that's fine.
Mm.
Okay, so it misses you. So you don't need to make that saving throw.
No.
Right. Droop.
It's still asleep.
Droop, no, he's up now. He's awake, and he's a little bit... He doesn't really know what to do. He is going to go and hide in this bush tree, whatever the fuck that is.
Oh, pussy.
Okay. And he does. He's over there. This ghoul is going to... He looks a bit easier to attack. So he's going to move over and attack Burr. I think he hasn't technically left your area, Pock, so you won't get the opportunity against this one. And he's going to attack Burr. Rolls a 4, so we'll miss.
Definitely.
Again, I'm assuming, Burr, that you'll probably have slept in your armor, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Of course you have.
Pock, you got to be ready for anything.
This is it. Pock, you're right.
So I'll go for I'll go for the one that doesn't have the advantage attack against it. I'll leave that one for Millicent. So the untouched one to the left of me, please.
That's fine. Yeah, roll to hit.
The bite. 21.
Nice.
Nice. That will hit for the bite. Roll for damage, sir.
Six.
Nice.
Damage.
Okay, and you get second attack.
Yeah. 20 plus 13.
13 is a hit.
Lovely.
Lovely jubbly.
2d6 plus 4. Come on. That's a 9.
Ooh. Another 9 points of damage. Nice.
Booyah.
That was a bite. So one of them was a bite, one's a claw, yeah?
First was a bite, second was a claw, yeah.
Okay, lovely. It tastes like shit.
Does he have a dick?
Because he won't for long.
Okay, so yeah, you bite into that and you just manage to scratch and tear some of its flesh off, but it's undead, it's unperturbed. It just wants to eat you. It knows no fear. Do you have another move that you do?
If I move up a space so that I'm in range. Oh, mind you, I'm in range of the one in boat. I'm in range of 3, aren't I?
Yes.
I'll stay put.
Okay. All right. And then this one that you just kind of clawed at is going to go back for you as well. And he is also, because you're big, he's going to try and jump on you and bite you.
Ooh.
And we'll roll a 12.
It just lands.
Excellent. I say excellent. Excellent for me. Right. He is going to hit you with that bite, 10 points of damage. Can you roll a Constitution saving throw, please?
Just a straight D20, isn't it, for me?
Please.
7.
7.
Yeah.
7, sorry. Yeah, I was annoyed, so I said it quietly. 7.
Okay. You, sir, suddenly find yourself unable to move.
No.
You are paralyzed. Now, a paralyzed creature is incapacitated. You can't move or speak. You automatically will fail any strength or dexterity saving throws. Any attack rolls against you will have advantage. Any attack that hits you is an automatic critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of you.
Oh,
I should have moved.
Incapacitated means that you can't take actions or reactions. So you're paralyzed, you're frozen. Okay?
So I can't even release bear form.
No, can't do anything.
Fuck.
Yeah, can't take actions or reactions. You can't move.
Wow,
you can't
mate.
speak.
So there's not even a way I can roll out of this at some point.
Well, you'll have to wait and see. Basically, at the end of each of your
You're
turns,
gonna turn into a zombie.
you'll get your turn. You won't be able to do anything. You'll make a dex, and then you'll make another saving throw to see if you can shake it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Shit.
Did you prepare another character, Sean?
Well, no, at least they should stop attacking him now.
We did discuss that Pock did have a twin, right?
Right. I'm going to. Unfortunately, I can't do anything to help him, so I'm going to attack the guy in front of me who's got the hunter's mark on him.
Do it.
So I'm going to hit with my weapon, but this is +1 to things because of the weapon it is.
That's right. Yeah.
Wait, I'm screwing around too much. It's coming.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I seem to have a bit of a lag on it, so come on. Okay, I'm going to press it again.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, there it was. Okay,
that
so
was
21.
Yeah, 21 would be a hit, and then 5
Yeah, okay.
points of damage. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I get a D6 on that because of the hunter's mark.
You roll that separately.
D6.
Who had the inspiration earlier, by the way?
That was Pock from leftover from last week, but he's used it.
Oh no, I
Already used it.
I gave
One.
it.
Didn't Scapes have inspiration?
Yes.
Yes, you can
No,
roll the D6 and add it to. Not the only thing you can't do is damage, though. Annoyingly.
Yeah, so he doesn't need it at the
no.
moment. Okay, cool.
There you go. So +1, so I got 7 altogether.
Cool. Yeah, it doesn't like it. It's swaggering around, and you kind of shake it off, and it sort of bounces back, and then comes looming back for you. It's still
Cool.
Anything else?
Right, bonus action. I can't move out of his range without incurring an attack, can I?
True, you can't, but I mean, you can do it anyway. It's just gonna hit you.
Okay, how far can I move?
30 feet.
Can I move over between these two fellows? See, just to the left of Purple Man.
Yep, yes, you can.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Thank you.
All right, it will roll an attack of opportunity against you and miss because you're a bloody tank.
Thing is, that guy's got my hunter's mark, so that's really annoying, but I've got to be over it.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to have a little knock on the guy I'm already at, I suppose. So, 15.
That will hit. Roll for damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is a 1d. Sorry, 1d8 plus 3. 1d8 plus 3 is 7, 8, 9.
9 points of damage. Plus your sneak attack.
I mean, didn't you just roll us 7? So isn't that 10?
10, sorry, yeah.
Sorry, 10. Sorry, my maths is awful.
Yeah, plus your sneak attack.
Plus my sneak attack, which is with the dagger, yes.
So you do the sneak attack damage anyway. So you've hit it, so you can do your sneak attack damage, which is the additional D6. So is it still just 1d6, or has that gone up to 2 now?
Let me check my sheet.
Now that you're level 3.
2d6.
There we go. So you just, because you hit him, you just get to do an additional 2d6 damage.
8.
Another 8, and now you can make a second attack with your dagger.
And a second attack, a 3.
Or miss.
So I missed that.
A tasty amount. Was it 15
18
points?
18.
Yeah, so 18, because it was 10. Yeah, I'm looking at the second that you rolled. Yeah. So that was well done. Again, still standing, but it didn't like it. You kind of slash, you kind of feint an attack with the dagger and throw it off guard, and then you kind of just whip it up with the rapier and stab it in the armpit.
Cool.
He's wobbling all over the place. His arm's almost hanging off.
Good.
Nice.
Millicent.
Come on, go.
I'm assuming, Burr, that you were going to stay there and not move anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anywhere else to go unless I move away to avoid being attacked. But then he's just going to attack Pock anyway, so I might stick where I am.
Okay.
Right, big swing with advantage still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
$23.
Yeah, boy.
Lovely. So
5 points of damage.
for 5 points of damage. Have you got anything else, Millicent?
No.
Okay. He or it is kind of engaged with you, so I think he doesn't know any different. He's going to go and attack you back, and will hit with a 21.
Can I use actually no, 21 did you say?
I did say, yeah.
Then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I can't do shit about that. So
Okay. Right, so that's going to be another 6 points of damage. And can you make a saving throw, please? Constitution.
Con save.
Yeah. Lovely.
Natural 20 again.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. That's the
Nice.
second one.
Okay, so this one who's been left, he was fighting this armoured dude, and he's just kind of run off. So the question is, who's the closest opponent to him? He doesn't know that Droop is there. He's run off and hidden, and he's probably just a little bit closer to Millicent.
Maybe I shouldn't run off.
I'm going to roll for it because I want to be fair. I don't want to. So let's go with odds and evens. So odds is going to run up to Millicent. Evens run up to Burr. Okay? Fair?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not how you do it. How do you do it?
I suppose you haven't done this yet, have you?
There we go. So what's that? Odd. What did I say? Odds for Millicent.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Rolls a 13.
Miss.
Hey, just so you bought that extra armor. See, there was a point to the first half.
Yeah.
All those naysayers.
The extra 1 point
Cool.
is worked out well.
Saved you. Brilliant. Okay. Right. That's okay. Oh. Right. And okay, let me bring up some stats for a goblin.
Oh, he's decided to get involved.
Yeah. Of course.
Shoeless.
I'm not just going to leave you there. You're his friends. Why would he do that? Right. Okay. I'm going to give him advantage because he's attacked from a hiding position. He's running from behind. So I'm going to give him advantage as he runs up. I mean, I'm assuming... This is the question, though, guys. And honestly now, have you allowed him to have a weapon?
I think that would have to be up to Escapes.
Yeah, Escapes is goblin.
Back, mate.
Well, we took his shoes. I don't see why not. It's not. What can we do?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not something that I had considered, actually, is the fact that, like, you guys have kind of been, would he have a weapon?
He'd maybe have a knife, wouldn't he?
I don't think. Oh, I'm going to be a dick here, but
I don't think he
I
did.
Okay, we probably took the weapon.
Okay. Better question. Would you have been able to conceal a weapon from us?
Has he the shank up the ass trick?
Yeah.
Can anyone throw him a weapon?
Okay.
He might have picked up a branch from a tree or
Really sharp stick.
He's run off again. He's off.
He's off.
Cheeky bastard.
I love how there's no reason for him to switch trees.
He ain't. He's run off.
Goblins have a very similar trait to what Burr has as a rogue. It's called a nimble escape. So a goblin can take the disengage or hide action as a bonus action on each of its turns.
Right.
So, yeah, what he does is out of nowhere, he stalks out the shadows. He runs up. He does something to that ghoul, but none of you are paying any attention. You don't know what the fuck's going on. But basically, Millicent, you're fighting it. You might suddenly notice that out of nowhere, this ghoul kind of goes, like, makes a move like it's been attacked, spins round, flailing a little bit wildly, misses whatever it was. But you can't see anything there in the shadows, even with your dark vision, because he rolled well.
Good man.
Right. Ghoul against Burr. An 11, against
15 my armor class. So.
Right, Pock, it's your turn. You're paralysed and incapacitated, so you can't do anything. What's your duck up to?
He's just well, I don't know where he is at the minute, but he's in me somewhere. I think
in one of your orifices.
I mean, technically, I could have dropped him when I transformed.
It was probably just, minding his business, having a little quack around somewhere when you were sleeping. You get to re-roll your saving throw to see if you can snap out of the paralysis.
Am I adding anything to that?
It's just a Constitution saving throw. So in your saving throw boxes, whatever your con is.
0. Fuck.
12. You snap out of it. And you're aware of what's going on. You suddenly, because you're fine. You're in your mind. You're like, come on, I'm gonna need to do this. Everyone's gonna die. I need to
get
fight.
up,
and then out of nowhere, you just start moving. That's your go over.
Is that the whole thing?
That's it. You get to do that at the end of your turn.
Okay. Cool.
Lecky Macon says if GM inspiration was a thing, I said GM inspiration should be a thing. That was a great use of an NPC. Cheers, mate. Boom. Gun fingers. You've basically got this ghoul, Pock, who's been gnawing on you while you were paralysed, and it didn't seem to like that. Unfortunately, he loses his advantage against you, so he would have, but he will try and bite you again, and it's very much successful. Very much.
Is it naturally successful?
Naturally successful. Didn't need that paralysis after all. So our house rule, we talk about it every week. Okay. Raw is double damage dice. Our rule is roll damage plus max damage as if he'd rolled max. So he was gnawing into you with a bite. So, how much HP has a bear got?
I'm left with 19 after the last attack.
Okay. So, I'm just working this out in my head because I've had enough drinks that I can't do basic maths.
I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
24 points of damage.
Fuck.
Oh.
So, how much has the bear got?
I've got 19, so it's 5 dip into Pock.
So you shrink back into Pock, which throws the goblin off, the ghoul off of you as his teeth kind of just start magically biting thin air, and you return to Pock, taking 5 points of damage as Pock.
Cool, 13 left.
Roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh shit!
Oh shit, is it raining?
Oh, another 12. You pass. That's fine.
Hey,
Scapes, you're up.
1 minute.
Are you stuck in the rain?
I don't know. Nearly. Okay. All right.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I think you moved and lost connection.
I can't tell if Luke's being. Oh, I thought Luke went as well, but
No,
he's
I'm
just being really still.
being patient and waiting for James to.
It's such a cliffhanger.
And that's where we'll end it.
Lecky Macon. So two. Right. Okay.
Are they still slagging us off?
No, no. Basically, he's talking about the house rule for the crit. So the damage for the ghoul on the bite is 2d6 plus a modifier.
I've got to do this quickly because I've got to go indoors. So let me do my quickly.
Go on, James.
Sorry, mate.
Your daddy killed you where you went.
No, shut up. Okay, the one that's been gnawing on Pock, I'm going to attack him.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Actions. Okay, and it's obviously a +1. Just give it a second.
So,
It's just winding up the computer.
Yeah. There you go. So 12.
12's a hit.
12.
Because you got that +1.
Just hits. Okay.
Sword, yeah. So,
that's 10 damage, but I also want to use my as a divine smite with it.
Gonna let you metagame there a bit. You smash into it with this sword, and as your sword's coming down, you're channeling that godly energy, but the sword makes contact first just before you get to finish that chant, and it
Right.
dies. Save yourself. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's fine.
Okay, so I've got a bonus action, haven't I?
Yep.
I'd like to just move just to the south of purple.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's not a bonus. That's just a movement. You just get to do that. You can move it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really need to use a bonus action anyway.
Okay.
I don't think I've got anything. Oh, wait. How? No, I should have. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Get yourself inside before your laptop gets wet.
Yes. All right. 2 seconds.
Okay, so just very quickly, just to answer Lecky Macon's question. So the ghouls, insight for the players, metagaming a bit, but the bite attack does 2d6 damage plus their modifier. So on a crit, normally you would just double all dice. That's what it says. Raw is you double all dice. So it would be 4d6 plus modifier. But our rule is we just assume that the first set of dice, your normal roll is maximum plus the roll. So basically it did 12 plus 2d6 plus modifiers, which is what I went with there. Psychon Senses Pock has a max
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. I mean, you rolled poorly when you leveled up, did you?
I think you did it. Yeah, I don't know how to do all that stuff yet. You did it for me. I was 14 at level 2.
Yeah.
And I'm now on 18.
So I think I must have just taken the average then, because you don't have a Constitution modifier. So
yeah, I've got 0 for Constitution.
You roll with D8 and the average is 4. That'd be why.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Q, burr you up.
Right, I'm going to just have another nick at the guy who's next to me. Try and finish him off. 7 plus 5.
It's a hit, sir.
Okay, 1d8 plus piercing. 1 plus 3
is 4.
Yep.
It dies. You bring that rapier up and stab it in the eye.
Amazing.
It dies. You've got a movement and a bonus.
So I can move and attack, can I?
Yep.
So I might as well move over to the one that's surrounded by everyone. Can I move that far?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, move to here. And I shall attack this schlag.
Okay.
Again.
So you get advantage on this one with your dagger.
Okay, so I'll just roll me d20 again, yeah? 15.
I don't want to be a dick, but just checking. Would Pock have had to check his concentration if he dropped? if he took damage.
You're very much right. He's running concentration. So yeah, when you're running
Sorry,
concentration
John.
spells, every time you take damage, you have to roll a concentration check just to make sure that you can maintain your concentration on the spell. Well done.
Right.
So
I only said it because chat would have said it eventually.
no, well, no one's not. I haven't seen.
Someone would have
anybody
called
bring
us
that
out.
up. Let me check the rules of concentration. Yep. Yeah.
It does
Yeah,
also
taking
only
damage.
last
Whenever
a
you
minute,
take damage
so-
while you're concentrating on a spell, you must make a Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration. The DC equals 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher. So
10.
yeah.
Took 5 points, yeah.
So you probably should have took it when you took that 24. So every time you've been hit, you should have been rolling. But we'll leave it for now, and we'll do it next time because I can't bother to retcon it.
Okie dokie, I'll bear that in mind.
We'll bear that in mind for the future. Right. Did you roll to hit this?
Yeah, I rolled a 15.
Is that with advantage? Might get a nat 20.
Oh,
So it's always worth rolling again because you might. Get a
Oh,
nat
sorry. Yeah. Sorry. No, I got 3.
Okay, so 15. The 15 plus your modifier will
15 will do.
hit. So you do your damage with the dagger. Plus,
1d4.
you still got your sneak attack, which you haven't used this round.
Yep. Okay, so 1d4. 3 plus 3.
So because this is your bonus attack, you don't add your modifier on the
Okay,
bonus
so
attack.
it's just 3 then.
So it's 3, and then you do get to do your sneak attack. So 2d6.
Sneak attack, 2d6. Nice. 4.
Another 4. Remarkably, it's still standing.
Jeez.
This one. You did roll quite poorly. Millicent, you're up. So you've got one lit up in fairy fire, and you've got another one below you.
I'm gonna stab the fairy fire one.
19 will hit. Do you get?
Oh, I did, yeah. So
Yeah,
it took a
that's all
second.
right. It's always worth going because you might get the nat 20.
21. 5 damage on this one.
Okay. That kills it off. You got you got a nice short sword now, haven't you?
At last.
Yeah.
So cool. Nice shiny new short sword just lops off its head.
I don't have to be far away to hit it.
Okay. Alrighty then. So you're dead. Its turn. So this one is surrounded by everyone. Question is, so it didn't see where the goblin went, so it will go for. Again, it's got 2 people next to it, so let's just go high or low. Odds and evens again. Odds, Millicent, even scapes.
Okay.
Evens this time for scapes.
Yay.
I rolled a 20. Not natural.
Can I use Millicent's thing?
No, the bardic inspiration. No, that's to add on to your attack.
No, but
okay.
I could use Millicent's thing.
You could use cutting words if you wanted to.
Why not? I haven't used it yet.
Why not?
I'm going to roll a d6 and take that off of his attack roll. So actually, to be
Wait, so you can use that
too.
What is that a cantrip for you?
No, it's a bonus action.
bonus action.
It's a reaction, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I just
Cool.
go, your mama solved that, and do
Your
some
mama.
mama joke, and
you
then
reduce my roll by 3, which brings it down to a 17, which is a miss.
Oh, yes. I love
Nice.
bards.
Okay.
Thank you.
Come on then, Lise. I want to hear it.
you're most welcome. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Let's have a look.
You're googling them.
This is where you
Yeah.
what you need to do, Lise. What you need to do for future homework during the week, right? Is this week watch Basketball.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
it's the best. Steve
Watch
Perry.
Basketball.
Status.
and take some notes.
That is possibly one of my favorite. Well, it
Oh,
is
I
like
love it.
top 3, top 5.
I've got it on
Okay,
DVD.
It's on Netflix there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. The other one that they did was.
Hey, Millicent was just about to do a thing.
I know.
Go on, Millicent.
Your mum is so fat, she has to make 3 trips to haul ass.
Oh, I can't believe she just said that.
I produce flame.
Burn.
Oh my god.
Okay. From the shadows, out runs Droop. And will hit with his dagger again for
his arse shank.
Yeah, his shank that he's found. For 6 points of damage. He jumps on the back of this last ghoul, which has 4 hit points left, and literally just proper like horrible goblin prison shanking, jumps on its back and just starts stabbing it in the neck with this little shank that it's got, and brings it down to the ground as it just tears its head off of its neck, and it falls to the ground. And it looks at you guys and it's like, see, I told you, Droop, here to help.
Yeah.
Can I have my shoes down, please?
No.
No.
Ah, come on.
Being on the other side of it, I would be covered in blood. I'm just going to look at it horrified.
Absolutely. You've just been showered in visceral and blood spurting out of it as he's just stabbed this ghoul down to death. Okay.
I'm going to say, escapes. Keep your fucking goblin on a leash, mate.
Yeah.
And he's looking at you like a puppy.
Freak on a leash.
So happy, like with his big gleaming smile, like, hey, I did a good thing. And he's like, if it was my dog, he's like running around, like wagging his tail.
I just pat it on the head then. I just pat him on the head.
Droop is starting to sound more and more like Cheech from Cheech and Chong.
Okay, combat over.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Ouch. Jesus. Not even there yet.
Well, so we're going back to sleep.
Just go back to bed now. Yeah, so it's like halfway through the night. You need to finish off your long rest. I assume.
Yeah. I need a long rest.
I didn't take any damage that round, so I don't mind taking watch again if you guys want to get some rest.
You still need to get like the 8 hours rest during the day, or you will take a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
But basically, in a long rest, in an 8 hour long rest, you would, as long as it's no more. There is a rule on it. I think it's like as long as there's no more like 10 minutes of exertion or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but I don't know if a fight breaks it up or not. But it's fine. But yeah, so you can finish off your rest however you want. You're not going to get another attack in the night.
Do we get spells back?
Yeah, after the end of your long rest, you get your spells back.
Not the sleep.
Okay.
Can I also do anything in terms of bringing my health back up?
You get it back automatically throughout the night.
Back to
when you
full
take a long rest, you just go straight back up to full health.
Cracking. Lovely. I'll take it.
All right.
So painful, but not too bad.
So
that was all right. That was just a bit of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we're cracking on to.
Should we get to Thundertree, or as far as we can get?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. So morning comes. So not shortly after, or not long after, rather, as this combat finishes, and you're probably just packing down. There's a that starts raining a little bit. Come morning, once the sun starts rising, and you've got your full blown storm. It's wet, it's miserable, but you're all right. You've got levers, you've got your horses, and you ride back up. You keep on going, kind of following as close to the woods as you can possibly get.
Sweet.
So you probably go sort of like around like this. You do a sort of another sort of half day. You stop for lunch, and it's just miserable. It's just really, really raining. As you get towards the end of the day, you can see Helms Hold in the distance. You're kind of travelling between it and the forest, and it's a massive, massive kind of fort on a hill, basically, with a massive cathedral up the middle of it. You could bypass there. You'll keep going or make a stop if you wanted to for the night. It's up to you what you want to do.
Do I know much about Helms Hold?
Do you know much about Helms Hold? Well, now there is a question.
Is there anything worth stopping for, really? What I'm thinking.
I mean, it's a small town. It's a sanctuary, basically. Let me bring something up for you, and I've got.
Did you say cathedral?
Yeah. So basically, there's a monastery there. I've gone blind.
Those ghouls, when we killed them, they didn't turn to dust by any chance.
No, they
did
did not. They just fell into a bloody heap on the floor.
That's all right then.
Right, what have we got on Thundertree? On Helms Hold, sorry. Helms Hold, once a small monastery in an adjacent village dedicated to the deity Helm, the god Helm, that is. The cathedral of Helms Hold now towers above the town and surrounding lands that bear its name. The death of Helm, the god Helm died apparently, because gods can do that, saw the monastery fall into disuse. But the fortified town became a refuge about 100 years ago now. There was shit going on in the books, which basically there was a war between the gods. Something, and Mistra, the god of magic, died, and it cancelled all magic in the land for a little while. And there was this massive, like, the skies lit up in blue flame, and magic started doing really weird crap. People got inflicted with this weird plague, which got dubbed the spell plague, and some people still suffer from that around now. You'd kind of know about it. It's just basic history, and basically because of that, Helms Hold became a refuge for those inflicted with the spell plague. Basically, you would know all of this because you've come from Neverwinter. Lord Neverember exiles victims of the spell plague from Neverwinter and sends them down to Helms Hold to be treated, basically to quarantine him and then get treated by all of the clerics and priests and everything of Helm and Ogma. I think it's Ogma is the other one that they live down there. Yeah, I mean, like, it would be a small detour. There's not much need for you to get there.
If we can make it to Thundertree, I'd say we do that. If not, I think I'd rather find refuge in Helms Hold than in the woods again.
Yeah, so I think basically you would have to push on into the night a bit to get there, because it reckons, like before, you could do like 25. I'd say with the horses you can probably do a little bit more, maybe up to 30 miles. So you could probably just get there as night's falling again, and once you've had your break during the day, that will negate the risk of any encounters. Cause,
go on.
Heads Helms Hold then.
So,
that's good.
That's fine.
Helms Hold.
Basically, there's a massive refuge camp outside the walls. There's lots of people. The town has been overrun, and getting into the town is quite difficult. But there is an inn in there. If you want to go in there and stay at the inn, and we'll just montage past it because we don't really need to have massive encounters in there. Unless there's anything particularly that you want to do in there at the moment.
No. Just need a bed.
Cool.
A beer and a bed.
Yeah, so you can knock off a couple of silvers each from your purse. There's lots of information about Helms Hold. It's quite an interesting place, but it's not really relevant now unless you want to get sidetracked. But there's like, maybe if you spend some time in the bar, you hear people talking about a woman called the Prophet, Rahini, the Prophet, who operates out of the cathedral, and she's claims to receive recently. She's been coming up with predictions on kind of like or like in her sermons of what's it called? Kind of like guessing the future, where it's called fortunes,
predictions
stuff, and she's predicting that the god Helm is going to be returning soon and things like that. And she's been doing miracles, basically healing people of the spell plague and stuff like that. And then other people, there seems to be some kind of class war going on as well between those inflicted by the spell plague and those that aren't. Basically, but if you're just going to keep your head down, go asleep.
Maybe come back. We'll see.
Okay. In the morning you carry on, and you'll get up there. It's from there. It's only about another 10 miles, so it'll only take you maybe an hour to get there with your horses, I reckon.
There's no urge we can buy health potions in Helms Hold while we're there.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
We didn't get any, did we?
You can
just might as well get some more while we're here.
Yeah.
How many do you want?
Sorry.
How many do you want?
How many do we need, guys? Couple each, or?
I would, if we can get 4+. We've got 2, haven't we?
We've got 2.
Have we got the money?
How much are they?
They're 50
They're
gold.
50 here, yeah.
Gold a piece.
That's the going rate.
Yeah.
What we got in the kitty?
We've got in the kitty at the moment. We've got 133 gold, but we get a 50 gold deposit back when we return the horses.
You've got a shitload of silver as well. Remember, 10 silver. Is
Yeah,
1
we've
gold.
got like 302 silver.
So that's 30 gold.
Have we got enough for one each?
You got enough for 2.
We already bought 2, so we could just get.
So we get another 2 then. Yeah.
We'll get another 2. Yeah. Okay.
That's
Another
fine.
2.
You do it, and you head on up to Thundertree. You'll probably get there then, maybe because you get more. You have your breakfast. You go and you find an apothecary or something, and you purchase yourself some couple of health potions. Okay, right. So let's have a look. So gradually the trail becomes an old overgrown lane winding between dilapidated buildings choked in vines and brush, and ahead of you in the middle of the settlement you can see rises a steep hill upon which stands a stone tower with a partially collapsed roof and adjoining cottage. A dirt road hugs the base of the hill and winds its way between old stone houses, many of which are roofless ruins, with interiors open to the weather. Other buildings appear more or less intact, and the whole place is eerily silent. As you go up a bit closer towards the town, you follow on this road and you're getting a bit closer, you come across a wooden sign, which is nailed to a post nearby, and it reads, "Danger! Plant monsters and zombies, turn back now."
Well, that ain't gonna scare us.
It's a really fucking shit sign. Roll me a perception.
Everybody.
Everyone.
Yeah, why not? Lovely.
18. Ooh.
20. Dirty 20.
Okay. So as I said, it's eerily silent. Not even the sound of birds or anything like that you can hear at all. You notice running through some bushes, you see a squirrel run across through some bushes and disappear.
Can I?
That will be the end of this week's session at 5 to midnight.
I just as you end? Can I just grab that squirrel?
Nope. It was in the distance, you saw it.
Okay.
Read off, innit?
Yeah.
Cool.
There we go. All right,
So
so
we got there.
That's the end.
Well,
Of
that was like watching Lord of the Rings.
just a lot of walking.
That was a lot.
3 hours of
Hours.
nothing.
I always love the bit in Clerks 2 when like the little kind of nerdy kid that he works with behind the counter is talking about the Holy Trilogy, and then Randall slags it off. So it's not the Holy Trilogy; it's like Star Wars and stuff. And then another guy comes in and they pull out their one rings that they've got and they recant their one ring to rule them. And Randall just rips into him and it's just 9 hours. Like, here's the first movie, and he just walks a little bit. It's like, here's the second movie, he walks a little bit and then sidesteps. And it's here's the third movie, and he walks up, stands there, goes, drops the ring, and then just walks away. And then he starts slagging up and he's talking about how it should have ended with with Frodo and Samwise just boning each other. The guy just throws up. Oh, I love it. I love a bit of Kevin.
Oh yeah, he throws up.
He does. Love it. Okay, anyway, so that's the end of this week's session. Thank you everybody for joining us. It has been a bit of a slow one, but again, I think it's a genuine representation of how D&D goes sometimes. But we've had some jokes, so hopefully we've made it a bit more interesting. We really appreciate it.
Fun.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about it before we started streaming tonight, but basically behind the prep screen is that I am bloody tired, didn't really know what to do tonight, I was trying to drag it out. So I didn't want to dive straight into it tonight because I need a bit more time to kind of prep the next part of the adventure. So it's my bad. It's been a tough week and we've had the kids' birthday. So but thank you very much for sticking with us. I haven't really been looking at numbers. We've got 7 people in the chat, so that's probably our usual people. So thank you very much, Psyconsent. Thank you, Lucky Macon. Thank you, Lucaroo22. I'm assuming Dasbury's probably still in there, trying to get his brownie points with the missus.
I think he's going to head.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him, to be honest. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Please do, if you're listening to the podcast, please do drop us a review on the old iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. It helps bring our numbers up. Response has been really positive on Twitter and stuff. If you're watching the video again, tell your or whatever, just tell your friends, tell your gaming groups, share us around if you see our stuff. You can find us on Twitter at Show D&D, or individually you can find me at Lukey at Lukey_baby86. Sean?
Hello. You can find me on Instagram, Sean F. Lee, and various directions from there.
You can find me on Twitter at @the_energy.
Mr. Gavin Bourne.
You can find me on Instagram, Gav at Gav Beer and Beards. I always forget.
James doesn't do social media, but any final words, sir?
See you next week.
Absolutely. Yeah, was it?
See you next
Tuesday. It's been a pleasure.
See you next
Tuesday. Bye now.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.